Alright, so those of you watching, this is the start of Game 1 of Civ4 AI Survivor Season 4. Welcome. We've got our first game ready to get underway. 6 AI leaders here. I'll just show them real quickly. We have Roosevelt here in the west, Catherine here, Isabella of Spain, Qin Shi Huan of China, Elizabeth of England, and Cyrus of Persia. This is our field, and let's get started, shall we? So, one of the things we always look at when the game gets started is the AIs on deities start with 2 settlers. So we watch to see where they are sending their second settler, because they always start with 2. Also, where the early religions go, now we know who's going to get the first religion. It's going to be Isabella, so she will get the first one. Alright, let's see, where are we going for our early cities? Alright, so we've got Qin has picked this for his second spot. It's a pretty terrible city. Good down the road when he can chop down the jungle, but pretty crummy here at the start. Did I remove the deity text? Yes, I did remove the deity text. Elizabeth's also founded her second city, much better spot. Has a wheat resource, it's a dry wheat resource, but and it also moves her in the right direction, so that's good for her. I like that spot. Alright, Cyrus has gone west. No food resources here, but he does have the iron resource. It's invisible right now, but he'll grab that. Yeah, oh, the settler at the start, that's not uncommon. That for whatever reason, the AIs always start a settler in their second city. I don't know why they do this, but they always do. So yeah, that's not unique to him. Actually, not. I guess Isabella's not doing that, but most of them do. So iron resource continues to control more of this river valley, but no food resource means that's a fairly mediocre city. I guess it has a floodplain style, so. And Kathy has gone directly towards Roosevelt, so he's already getting squeezed. Look how badly poor Roosevelt's getting squeezed. These 2 leaders have put both of their initial cities towards him. Bad news for him. Good news for Isabella. She gets a little bit more space up there. Kathy has picked a pretty good spot. She's got the pig's resource. Doesn't need animal husbandry to be able to use it. And has a stone resource. Also has some floodplains. This is a pretty nice city here. And yes, the city screen is possible to open. I don't know why it didn't work in the previous season, but it is working now. So Roosevelt's the last one. Let's see where he moves this city. He's still got his settler on the march. We do see Christianity founded. No surprise there. And I will print screen that. So she's already founded it and already converted to the religion. So she will get Holy City borders here. And this is a pretty good city, to Isabella's credit. Pretty good city in the right direction. Claims land that she wants to claim towards the south, towards the middle of the map. Has a wet corn. It gets irrigated off the lakes. That's a wet corn and a dry plains cattle. Pretty good city. Not a lot of production, but a lot of food. Oh boy, where's Roosevelt going with this settler? He is on the march. Okay. So he's already pretty close to Kathy. Not a bad city. Does need a border pop. Pretty terrible until borders. Well, it's got a floodplain, so not completely useless. Yeah, the questions about the AI's second observer is so we can watch Apostolic Palace resolutions. I've already tested it and it does work. So again, note the AI is researching agriculture. This is different from past seasons where they all would have started with agriculture. In this season, they do not have that. They only have the default starting text. So okay, so here's why. This is why Cyrus is in a great spot. Because he starts with agriculture, he can immediately farm a floodplains and farm this corn tile, and look how fast he's building this settler. Now granted, what he really wants is production, so he'll get the imperialistic bonus. You only get that on production tiles, not on food tiles, but still, he's already well on his way to his next settler, and he's likely going to get that well before anyone else. Like a lot of the other a lot of the other leaders are building settlers, but look, 14 turns, he's at 5 turns. Much faster. Also, Elizabeth has a nice starting position. The fact that she starts with fishing tech has allowed her to grab this early fish resource, and that combined with the deer tile, and put on the resources if you can see these. That combined with the deer tile gives her just a great start. She is going to have by far the best economy in the early going because she's working that lake tile with financial and this fish tile with financial. So she should have, I don't want to get too much in detail, but look, she's already got 19 commerce return as opposed to Cyrus who has 15. So kind of a big difference this early on in the game. In theory, Isabella should do well, but whether she actually will, who knows. So now these early turns, not much is going to happen for the next couple turns. Oh, I like that Cyrus is getting another worker too. AI does not build enough workers on, it's just one of their weaknesses, they don't build enough workers. So Cyrus has already got another settler out. Keep an eye on where that goes. They never move it the first turn, always going north with it, okay. heading north. Let's see, does anyone else have a... No one else has another settler out. The way we can tell... Oh wait, actually over here there... Oh, it's a worker, never mind. The way you can tell is if I put it on domestics and there's like an archer out on the map, usually means that there's a settler moving, because they always guard their settlers. Unlike Civ 6, where the AI does not guard its settlers, it does in Civ 4. It is smart enough to know it needs to guard them. No, a settler just came out over here. No, never mind. I thought a settler came out from Chin, but not so much. Alright, let's see where this settler goes. Only settler on the map right now. Oh, went for a not very aggressive spot, but this is pretty good because it grabs the food resource, it grabs stone, and you can actually share this with the capital. Of course, it does need to have animal husbandry for that. Also note, Kathy's going to get the next religion. So Kathy is going to found her own religion, it looks like, and then who she spreads it to is going to be pretty important in this game. Let's see, so she should get a religion in St. Petersburg. I'll just advance a couple more turns here. Who else is close to getting a settler done? Madrid's almost done. Shanghai is about to finish one. And did Lizzie get a settler out? And Lizzie has a settler out too. Okay. Like Cyrus has already got a size 6 capital. This is pretty crazy. It just barely has enough happiness for it. Anyway. So yeah, the next big thing is Kathy's going to pop a religion here in St. Petersburg. And she's founded Taoism. I'm going to screenshot that just for future reporting. This city's college. She's also picked up an early animal husbandry. That's good. She needed that because she has multiple animal husbandry resources. Wow, okay. Jeez, look at this capital. Holy crap, Kathy. She's already got 2 workboats and the pigs resource, and she's mined this tile. When she gets iron working and can add this is going to be just absolutely disgusting. Plus 10 food already. Now, she does not have the happiness for this, but she's going to be able to expand like crazy off of that. Kathy is a settler too. Let's see. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Right up here. So she's running around in the jungle. So we've got a couple settlers out. Lizzie's founded her 3rd city. I like what Liz has done. She's gone up the river, and Kathy converts her religion. As like following this path up the river is pretty smart, because like if she had expanded in this direction first, she'd be losing out on territory in the middle of the map. But that's a smart move. Good early start for Elizabeth. Ooh, this is a terrible city plant from Kathy. Look at this city. Ugh, 1 food per turn, 1 production per turn, 1 shield per turn. Ugh. I mean, like, yes, eventually, long term, this is a good city. Like when it grabs the horses, when you cut down the jungle. But in the immediate future, that's a lousy city. Pretty much garbage. Anyway, Chin. So Chin, I think, had a bit of a rough start just because his starting position didn't really fit with his setup. But he has gone and gotten the marble tile improved and landed this fish. He's actually working double Plains Hill forested, so he's got a lot of production coming in right now. And let's see where he moves this settler. Should plant over here somewhere. Alright, that's also a pretty crummy city. He's working the lake tile. That's pretty sad. Jungle Gorod for Kathy. So the last one is Roosevelt. What is going on here? He has warriors with city raider promotion. What is this? City raider warriors. Okay, buddy. Calm down there, man. Does he have another settler out? Yes, he does. All right, so he's got a settler out moving east. This is the direction he needs to go. Let's see where this one ends up. All right. That's going to get swamped by Kathy's culture, because this city is about to pop its borders. Watch. Boop! There goes Boston's borders. Yeah, this... I don't know about this, man, Roosevelt. You are definitely putting a target on your back. Although Kathy and Isabella having different religions is probably going to make them worst enemies. Let's see. Isabella's annoyed. Yeah, see, Izzy does not like Catherine because of that religion. They've both got the -4 towards each other. I was ahead of you, Link Mario Samus. All right. So now we'll just watch. Oh, and Izzy's got another city up here. So she put her third city up here. Did pick up stone. It's on the coast. Not much in the way of food. Needs to expand borders, but she is building the monument for it. Now, the next question is going to be what happens in terms of spread of these religions? Who's going to actually get the religion to spread to another city? Elizabeth's actually, she's the first one to 4 cities. Would not have expected that. Yeah, she is first to 4 cities. Huh. Sneaky little plant here. Not a very good city. Not much in the way of food. I guess she will get the gems, which will be nice. The AI really struggles with happiness in this game. Like if you look at Kathy, she can't keep her people happy here. She's actually not even working not even working the amazing 6 food 1 commerce tile here because she can't keep her city happy. Need to get into something get something that provides more happiness. I guess she has a religion. She should spread her religion back. Oh, and what's this, a Stonehenge build from Kathy? I mean, she's creative, so she doesn't really need that, but she can deny it to someone else. Oh, and we get her a great profit for her shrine, too. Also, Cyrus, you need to get more cities out. I guess he's got a settler here and another one here. AI sure likes to build its roads, doesn't it? Roading like every single tile. And it looks like Chin's the first one to bronze working. He's building Great Wall. He's got marble, but he's going for the stone resource. And first Barb City, yeah. First Barb City over here. Good news for Liz if she can capture it. We still haven't seen somebody pick... Oh, and Kathy's picked up bronze working now, too. Oh, and Roosevelt is the first one to get the Great Wall. Okay, well, enjoy your Great Wall, buddy. I guess he doesn't have to worry about barbarians, so there is that. But not that impressive. This is a nice city for Osiris. Obviously, he would like to get the borders to pop, and I think Nottingham might get there first, so it's a question as to who gets a monument and grabs this food resource, but the horses are key for him, for his immortals. Did I make sure to prevent the Barbicales can't spawn trapped in ice? I did, actually. I did make sure to do that. It's a great question, though. Alright, Kathy has decided to plant another city right on top of Roosevelt. This is... Boy, the two of them you would think they're set for conflict, but Isabella also doesn't like Kathy. This is actually looking pretty nice for Izzy, because look at all this territory up here. She's been able to expand south without too much from the other civs. They've kind of been leaving her alone in favor of crushing poor America over here. So let's see if that Stonehenge finishes. And yeah, no one has picked up... so Roosevelt's got bronze working as well. No one has picked up... what's the word I was going for? Oh, Roosevelt has picked up Kathy's religion. Okay, well, that could be pretty significant if the two of them become allies. That means Kathy is much, much, much more likely to attack Isabella than to attack Roosevelt. It's Kathy with Roosevelt. Yeah, she's actually all the way up to cautious now. Interesting that Kathy is the worst enemy of Elizabeth and Isabella. Ooh, this might not bode well for Elizabeth's long-term survival. I can't believe that she's the worst enemy of Kathy, even with the religious difference. Kathy and Elizabeth are the ones people do not seem to like. Interesting. But yeah, Roosevelt this is pretty rough for him. His borders are just getting destroyed here. And Cyrus has gotten another city down in the tundra. Alright, so there's Stonehenge, built in St. Petersburg. So even more culture. It's going to hit the 500 culture. Actually, there's a non-trivial chance that Boston could be culture flipped in this game. Like, I'm not even joking about that, because this border is going to expand in 20 turns, and then it will grab the central tile here. Like, I don't think that's likely, but it could happen. And I'm just going to reveal the tiles real quick to get all these cities that have just been built. Okay. Oh, interesting. Now that's a kind of a key barb spot right there. This one's already hit size 2, so it won't be auto-raised. Chin has also gotten squeezed pretty badly. See, he went for the Stonehenge build and didn't get it, or he went for the Great Wall and didn't get it, and now he's building the Great Lighthouse when he needs to be building settlers and expanding. He's going to be squeezed on territory pretty soon if he doesn't do something about it. Anyway, it's turn 50. Let's look at the zoomed out map, shall we? Alright, so here's what we've got. 2 barb cities in the north. Izzy has only built 3 cities. That's kind of weird. Liz is at 4, Cyrus is at 5, Kathy's at 5. Imperialistic leaders doing their thing. Roosevelt building 2 wonders. Very smart. You build those wonders so they can get captured by other civs. But the north is still pretty free, pretty open for expansion. Pretty open. Oh yeah, some of these civs might not have mysticism. You guys are right. Some of them might not have mysticism as a tech. So Kathy does, of course. Elizabeth does. Isabella. Yeah, Chin does not have mysticism, so he can't build monuments. He's gone very deep to get iron working. He does have a lot of jungle, so there's some sense to that. And yeah, Roosevelt doesn't have mysticism either. So Roosevelt literally can't build a monument, and neither can Chin yet. Rough. Kathy doesn't have agriculture. She seriously doesn't have agriculture. I don't think she actually has a lot of, she doesn't actually have, I can see why she skipped it. She doesn't have any farming. She has this rice tile, and that's about it. Symbol, I have not been able to figure out why I was unable to look at cities last season. I literally have no idea. Cyrus has got the Immortals coming out, though, and although I don't know if that's going to make a difference in terms of the other AIs. Oh, Cyrus is going deep with the settler. So there's an Elizabeth settler here and a Cyrus settler here. So Chin did get the Great Lighthouse. Probably not significant enough to matter on this map because it's not that much water, but you never know. Let's see who gets... Yeah, so Cyrus gets the spot. Liz can probably get these elephants, though. Oh, I guess Cyrus will get that one. Oh, she found it directly on the ivory. Oh, never mind. So I guess Cyrus doesn't get the elephant. Liz settled right on it. So this will be helpful for her. Oh, Kathy stole a farm from Roosevelt. Yeah. You don't need agriculture if you can steal other people's farms. Yeah, a lot of these civs really need happiness resources. So like anything that provides early game happiness is pretty key. This is just sad. So Isabella, she's improved all these tiles, but she doesn't have the wheel apparently, so she has no roads and no resources connected. I think she might have just gotten the wheel. That's really sad. Can we relegate Roosevelt next season? Alright, let's advance a couple more turns. Wait until the next war breaks out. So I like the position Kathy and Cyrus are in. They're kind of our favorites, and there's a reason why they're our favorites, because they're off to good positions. Kathy might be able to sneak up here and get territory at the top side of the map. She needs to improve this ivory tile, because getting that happiness would really help her a lot. Roosevelt has gotten boxed in. He stuffed this city in the corner, but this is a pretty bad city. Pretty bad. Oh, thank you, Liz. Liz said she was enjoying the stream. And I'm just going to do a quick Diplo check again. So once again, the biggest... if you haven't seen, again, this is a new season, so just to explain the concepts, ignore the plus 100. These are the observer civ, so ignore that. The purple means that it is an annoyed relationship. White is cautious. Blue is pleased. Green is friendly. AIs will never declare war at friendly. So if it's green, they won't declare war. There are a bunch of AIs that will not declare war at pleased. So like Cyrus will not declare war at pleased, so he will never declare war towards Catherine right now. Civs are more likely to declare on someone they're annoyed with, but it's not guaranteed. They sometimes declare on people they're cautious with. So like the big unhappiness, let's see. So I'm going to look at the main civs. Right now, Kathy does not like Elizabeth, and she really doesn't like Isabella, but the game actually treats these the same because they're both annoyed, so there's no difference between these two, even though one's 0 and one's -6. That said, she's getting close to furious with Isabella, they're not far off furious, and Cyrus does not like Elizabeth, so that's who he would be most likely to attack, but it's not guaranteed. Roosevelt's probably not attacking anyone. He's cautious with most people. Note that the piece weight difference is so large that even a -1, or that they're so close on piece weight, -1 is still pleased, because their piece weight's very similar. I think Roosevelt's 8, and I think Isabella is 6. So they have very similar piece weight. Oh, and that's pretty big. Cyrus managed to capture Barb City. He's really boxing in Elizabeth at this point. I thought they might be able to work together, but he's kind of encircling England right now. Certainly, if he rolled over England and took over all those improved tiles, that'd be pretty bad for Elizabeth. But yeah, we're still kind of waiting for the first war to start. They normally start breaking out around roughly turn 70 to turn 80, because that's like when the map starts to be pretty full. And there's still room to expand down here as well. They will all declare it pleased except Cyrus. Thank you, Philly. That's helpful. And if you just want to get a quick economy check, Cyrus is only able to manage 30% research. Yeah, this is the one downside to the imperialistic civs. They tend to expand to the point where like their science suffers. So he's at 11 beakers per turn. Kathy's only at 9 beakers per turn. Liz is not much better. All right, yeah, so none of them are researching very well, except Chin. Chin is the research leader right now. But that's not actually a good thing. He's the research leader because he has not expanded. He's only on 3 cities. He actually is looking very possible as first to die because he has boxed himself in on 3 cities, and I don't see much opportunity for him to expand. Like, he can probably get another city here or there in the little cracks, but he's boxed himself in badly. Like, Cyrus should never get this spot. It's like 1, 2, 3. It's 4 tiles from Beijing. It's 4 tiles from the capital. Definitely should not get that. Any wonders in production yet? So we got one here, and the Oracle. Spain is slowly expanding up to the north. That's going to give her some long-term potential. Cyrus is on the pyramids. I don't know if he'll actually manage to get that. There's a couple civs building the pyramids. Another Temple of Artemis, one of the game's weakest wonders. Looks like Liz is the favorite to get the pyramids. She's well out in front of the other leaders on that. Only, 5 turns away, so she will likely get that. A lot of people building them. No, that's unfortunate that was an auto raise for Spain. So like Isabella can, she can certainly expand up there, but like she'll have to invest a settler as opposed to just getting a city. Oh, and we should also check the power bar graph too, just real quickly. So Cyrus is clear number 1. Roosevelt's number 2. The reason why he's number 2 is he got an early copper resource and he's been building axes. Kathy 3, and then the other civs are kind of bringing up the rear. Oh, you think, Kathy's going to get the pyramids? Is she ahead? Wait, where is she building it? Oh, you were right, Kathy. Wow. Never mind then. I was off. Kathy was ahead of the race. That's big. Now she's got even more absurd culture. So she's actually already hit the 500 culture mark in this city. Look, this city's already 23% Russian. I think that because there's a monument in here, that's probably enough to keep it from flipping. But it's certainly not good for Roosevelt that he can't even like defend his own border. Kathy can stand in her territory and attack 2 of the 4 American cities. All right, and it looks like Chin's going to get the 3rd religion. This is kind of shocking that it's not Isabella. You would think she would have gotten it. Persia got another city, but it was auto-raised, so was not able to claim that one. Interesting game so far. Some of the civs are really excelling. So like I picked Cyrus and Kathy to be the winners of this game. They are way out in front of the other civs right now. Like just in terms of land claimed, they're just got way more. I don't know what Chin is doing. Like I expected Roosevelt to struggle. I thought Chin would do better. All right, now this is big. Cyrus has converted to Isabella's religion. Really big. And Izzy's already got a profit for her shrine. All right, so Cyrus and Kathy have lined up on opposite sides of the religious divide. Different sides of the religious divide. So we might have Cyrus teaming up with Isabella. How does he feel about her now? Still only cautious. Okay, still only cautious. Actually, Cyrus is still pleased with Kathy. And Kathy is still cautious with Cyrus. They have very similar peace weights. So even though they have different religions, it might not be enough to pull them apart. We'll see. So the only one who doesn't have a religion yet is Elizabeth and Chin's about to grab his own religion here, so he's going to put himself out on an island. Yeah, there's the shrine for Izzy. So Chin, not only does he have a tiny amount of territory, he's also managed to found his own religion, which means that he will be outside the religious blocks. Now, yeah, Rose is completely correct. Chin getting religion is not good for him. This is kind of like a death sentence for him. Because now he has his own religion that no one else is following, and he's also put himself in a really weak position. Hereditary rule's big. So so if you're curious about what Isabella used her oracle on, she used it on monarchy tech. That's actually a great pickup because she needs happiness desperately, and this will unlock hereditary rule, which she's already swapped into. Like she just needs happiness really badly because well, I guess maybe not that badly. She has gold and ivory, but the AI struggles with happiness. badly in this game, getting hereditary rule will be a big help for Isabella. I expect that she'll... we might be seeing like a top 3 kind of emerging with Kathy, Cyrus, and Isabella, just because I like what she's been doing. And then like Elizabeth is kind of a tier behind. And then there's like a clear drop off to the bottom 2, Roosevelt and Chin. Elizabeth's building a lot of swords. Is she planning on attacking someone? She is like one of the most peaceful AIs in the game. More likely she's probably thinking about going for this Barb city, but you never know. And Lizzie has also picked up Isabella's religion. Wow. I'm going to screenshot that too. Well, this the religious divide is not lined up for Kathy and Roosevelt. Let's just say that. Or Chin, especially Chin. Actually, right now I would say Chin is the leader and first to die, because he's just in such a weak position right now. Really has not done himself any favors. Oh, what civic did Kathy pick with her pyramids? Good question. Let's see. I think she stuck. She used the pyramids to go to hereditary rule. Also helpful for her. Probably better than representation at this stage of the game, just because the military happiness is pretty big. She's not really running specialists yet. Somehow she has a priest super specialist. She did build her shrine, right? Why in the world did she... Wait. What is going on here? Did she use her initial... Did she use her initial Great Prophet for a super specialist instead of a... Oh no, never mind. That's from her Wonder. I'm sorry. I'm totally blanking on this. That's the free specialist from Temple of Artemis. Yeah, you guys got it in chat. And true. Lizzie will go free religion later in the game as well. That might end up helping her. We'll see. Alright, so right now we're just kind of waiting for the first wars to break out, which I would expect would be relatively soon. Trying to see if anyone looks like they're plotting war. Yeah, there's still a couple of Barb cities up here. Kathy's got a fair shot at getting these once she knows that they're there. Roosevelt is out to 5 cities, but they are very low quality cities. Also, New York looks like it might... Yeah, this city's like on the verge of flipping. It's 76% Russian already. Boston's only 50% American. Like, these cities are barely even holding on to their... barely even holding on to them. Oh. And Cyrus took a... Oh my goodness, now this is weird. Cyrus took this Barb city over here. Wow, okay. So Cyrus is really boxing in Elizabeth now. This is a city that Elizabeth had to get. Like, this is her city, and yet somehow Cyrus got it. Man. What a weird game so far. Anyway, I'm trying to see if anyone's plotting war. Kathy might be. She's building a lot of units. Izzy is definitely not. Chin, who knows? Elizabeth's actually building a decent amount of military, too. Cyrus is definitely already trolling. Okay, so Kathy now finished her shrine. She did use her first Great Prophet on the shrine, which gives her even more... Look at the culture in this city. 34 per turn. That's crazy. And she's already got 8 gold per turn from her shrine. That's going to help her economy. Like, this early in the game, that money is pretty useful, because like her whole tax income is only 23 gold per turn, so she gets 8 of that from her shrine. Like a 50% increase. And yeah, look, chance of revolt 1% already. I don't think the city's going to flip, but there's at least a very small chance that it could flip. And speak of the devil, it just revolted at the one. It literally just revolted at the 1% odds. I think, or maybe not. I think it did, because the units take damage when there's a revolt. Maybe I'm wrong, though. We didn't get a notification, so maybe not. Maybe they just got damaged by a Barb attack or something. Oh, and the AI always runs 20% espionage at the start of the game. I don't know why. They always do that. They all do it together, though, consistently. So. Here's our first request for open borders. She's worst enemy of Kathy and Chin. And our set... Wow, 2 on the same turn. I just say yes to get them to go away. I will be interested to see who gets these cities. If it's Isabella, because that would be quite nice for her, or if Kathy's able to go up there and sneak up there and grab them. One other thing that's useful to keep in mind is just like look at the sizes of the cities, because like the sizes are typically limited by how many happiness resources the AIs have. So like note that Kathy has like larger cities just because she's now in hereditary rule, whereas like some of the other leaders like Cyrus is still kind of limited because he has no happiness resources. This limits what he can actually do. But he is charismatic, so that gives him a little bit more leeway. But Cyrus really needs to get some happiness resources. Like he needs to get monarchy to hook up his wines, and calendar would be big for him. Currency will help as well. Red fist means revolt. Okay, so I guess not. And Cyrus going for Hanging Gardens. Yeah. If we want to look at the bar graphs real quick, so GNP, Kathy is now surged out in front in GNP by quite a bit. I think the Shrine's helping her. Now, a lot of this is culture. Like, this is not necessarily research. Culture does show up in terms of GNP, so it's a little bit deceptive. And power, Cyrus is still first, but it's gotten a lot closer. Also, Qin is way weaker than anyone else. Much weaker. Everybody else is relatively close. I guess Izzy's a bit low, too. Oh, you guys are saying it did revolt, but it's already over? Okay. Well, if it's revolted once, that means that one more revolt and it'll be... Because it's 2 revolts transfers ownership of the city. So like every turn there's about a 4% chance that the city will revolt. So there's a decent chance that Boston will flip here. Unless Roosevelt's smart enough to stuff more units in it. Alright, so that's a minority religion. Unlikely to have much of an effect. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting for someone to bust out an attack. Kind of peaceful so far, almost 100 turns and no wars. Alright, well, so much for that. There's our first war of the game. Elizabeth has declared on Cyrus. Would not have expected Elizabeth to be initiating, and Qin gets his shrine. Alright, time to update the text. We've got to do our war counter. And as always, let me know if I forget. 1. I never would have thought Elizabeth starts the first war. So one of the greatest things about doing this game is watching the chat reactions. Because it's like, from my perspective, it's like 10 seconds delayed. Like, you guys see it in real time, but from my perspective, it's slightly delayed. I guess you can see it on the stream, because I have the chat on the stream. But it's like, something weird happens, and like, pause. And then it's like, WTF, WTF, what's going on? Alright, so Lizzie is attacked. This is her stack is over here, so she's going for Nubian. The problem is, we're in an era where everybody has city walls, like Nubian has the 50% defenses, but nobody has catapults yet, so this is unlikely to make much progress. More likely, it's more likely to shake up the diplomacy than anything else. So Cyrus is now furious towards Elizabeth, and that has probably permanently soured their relationship. Yeah. So Elizabeth is now the worst enemy of Cyrus, Catherine, and Qin. Not making any friends here. Like I said, so I wouldn't expect cities to change hands here. Cyrus has got a decent stack up here. Oh, and he got the Hanging Gardens. Good for him. Not one of the more impactful wonders. Basically, it just makes all of his cities are now unhappy. He is working on currency, which will help his economy, get those trade routes going. Anyway, so we'll keep an eye... Oh, and just check power bar graphs again. Yeah, so the initial trade did not go well for... the initial trade did not go well for Liz. And Kathy's also spiking in power a little bit as well. She might be plotting war. She's got a rather large stack here. So I have to keep an eye on that too. See if she declares. And here's the first of many requests to join a war, which we will say no to, of course. Alright, so here's Cyrus's stack. Now this is not going to be any more effective because Nottingham also has city walls and has the 50% defensive bonus. So unlikely that someone will make progress unless they can get to mathematics and build catapults. Like Kathy could make progress in this war, but she could probably beat Roosevelt just because Roosevelt's really weak. But I don't know about anyone else right now. Oh, Kathy. Did she just finish math? Oh, well, apparently Kathy just declared war, because I'm getting asked to help join the war effort before the attack has officially even come in. Alright, so here we go. Sides being drawn up. Kathy attacking Isabella, and Cyrus is in a war with Elizabeth. So we've already got the battle lines drawn. Roosevelt lucks out for the moment. He's not targeted. Qin also lucks out for the moment. So the 2 weakest civs on the map do not get targeted. Strangely. Oh, the reason why these barb cities are going down so fast is because the barbs don't have archery, so it's just warriors defending the cities. Go Kathy. I mean, it's going to be tough for her to make progress, but I think she just picked up math tech, if I was reading that correctly. Yeah. Oh, she's still... Never mind, it's not math, it's construction in this game that builds catapults. It's been too long. But she can research construction. Still, it's unlikely that anyone's going to make too much progress immediately. We'll keep an eye out on these wars, but more likely than not, these will just spin their wheels for the moment. And reveal tile mode, just so we don't miss any city captures. Alright, so Cyrus attacked, and he did not succeed. And so you see the Great General for Elizabeth, and now the same thing's going to happen here. Kathy's going to attack, and it's not going to succeed at Barcelona. Watch. Yeah. Oh, it's turn 100. Oh, okay. Well, well, well. Now all of a sudden the fireworks are going off all at once. Boy, if Kathy had just not attacked earlier and now was ready to attack Roosevelt, boy, that would be something. But no, she's gotten herself into a two-front war here. What she really should do is sign peace with. Oh yeah, Izzy could have bought it. No, I don't think that Izzy bought in Roosevelt because there was a big stack ready to go. But I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Yeah, Roosevelt has no other options. He has to go for this. All right, let's see. Because it's an even number. Let's get a quick check on what we have. Score, bar graph, GMP. Kathy's still leading. Boy, Cyrus's GMP is garbage because he's expanded so much. Again, that's not necessarily a bad thing though, because it'll improve over time. GMP production tends not to be that important. Wow, Chin just sucks at building anything. Food is pretty key though. Yeah, as you'd expect, Cyrus and Kathy are up here. Isabella is really coming on though, because she's been taking over more of the north. And then power. Yeah, Cyrus, Kathy, Chin. Why are they not attacking Chin? You would think he'd be the one to go after. And before you guys ask for it, because we're in a new era, we're on turn 100, let's go ahead and switch up the music to the classical era. I will do that by grabbing... This will work. Alright, so now we've got classical era music, just to shift it up. Oh yeah, tech trees, sure. Good request. No, not De Gaulle. Wait, how does De Gaulle have all these techs? How in the world does De Gaulle have this many techs? That's absurd. Since it's size 1 ice city. Anyway. Alright, Cyrus just entering the classical period. He did go for currency, which will help out his economy a lot, even though it was expensive. Kathy, about the same. She went for math, though. So she's slightly behind. Elizabeth, about the same. Elizabeth going for monarchy. That's a nice tech. She'll be able to grow her cities larger. Izzy has gone for monotheism. Also going for calendar now. Chin about the same. Everybody's relatively bunched up right now. I don't see anyone who's too far ahead. Still pretty early in the game. De Gaulle to win by spaceship. Yeah, seriously. Like, look, how did he get this many techs on this city? I guess 9 beakers per turn eventually. I guess you can get some of the early techs with that. Does De Gaulle have a double ice ring or just a single? Looks like this, if you're curious. Alright, let's see what happens with this attack from Roosevelt. I don't think he has enough to punch through here, but we'll see. Isabella. Alright, let's see. This stack's pretty heavy on spears, and spears do not exactly do that well, but the city doesn't have much in the way of defenders. We got a sword, a chariot, another sword, an axe, and an archer. That's not a lot. I mean, if he rolls well, he could take this city, even with the defensive bonus. Let's see. Not impossible. Okay. Well, it didn't work, and that stack got slaughtered. I mean, slaughtered. So Roosevelt just lost his whole army. Whoops. Oh well. It'll show up on the bar graphs in like a turn. But yeah, he got beat and beat bad. As I said, these wars will probably be inconclusive until someone gets catapults. Now you would think that this city would fall, but the AI is terrible at targeting these cities that are like way out by themselves, so there's a decent chance it'll survive. Although then again, it does just have one archer, so maybe. I mean, if Izzy took that city, it would be a worthwhile conflict for her. Oh, and this, well, never mind. It's not going to be worthwhile for her if she loses Nottingham here, which is down to just 2 defenders. Cyrus moves before Elizabeth in turn order, so could we have our first major city capture of the game? Yep, there it is. That's big. That is one of the core cities for Elizabeth just went down. Alright, go Cyrus. He's my pick to win. Anyway, so now let's see that bar graph. Yeah, this was Roosevelt attacking. Whoop. just lost all his units, and Liz has been like treading water, where Cyrus has still been going upwards. So looking good for Cyrus thus far. I mean, it's early, but how many cities does he have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And Elizabeth has 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, yeah. That's not good. 10 cities against 4. No, 5. I miscounted. 10 cities against 5 is not good. Yeah, miscounted there. I mean, Chin's only got 3. No, he's only got 3 cities. But if Cyrus rolls up Liz, he's going to be pretty unstoppable. Kathy's still in a 2-front war for the moment. This city, though, Boston looks pretty vulnerable. Let's see what Izzy... Oh, whoa, hold the phone here. Izzy just took a core city away from Kathy. Well. Let's wait for it to pop up. Wow, great generals everywhere. Wow, that's pretty big. I mean, if she takes over the north and then takes these cities from Kathy, whew, that would be pretty big too. All right, well, so we've got our first movement in this game, like first big developments taking place. As I said, Kathy needs to get out of the 2-front war. That's her problem right now. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Yeah, she didn't even lose that many. Oh, she's got some City Raider 3, a City Raider 3 sword and 2 City Raider 2 swords. Those City Raider 3 swords are really nasty. They can they get enough bonuses on the attack that they can kind of punch through the walls. One of the reasons why units like the legions or Praetorians in this game, the Roman Praetorians are so strong is like they get those City Raider promotions and they can like punch through defending units in a way that other units that don't have the extra strength can't. Alright, so let's see. Kathy seems to be focusing on Boston right now. And so she gets a city back down here. This one that was crushed in her culture. Worst enemy of Izzy and Roosevelt right now. So she lost a city but gained a city. This city was like frankly hers. Oh, and she took a barbarian city too, apparently. She also got this one. Wow, got it with a random chariot. Okay, so if she gets back Novgorod, she'll be in decent shape. Like, she could sign peace with, like, if she signed peace with Roosevelt and took back Novgorod, she'd be in pretty good shape. Kathy is going for construction. That will let her get through city defenses. Meanwhile, Cyrus is working on the next city now. He's got a City Raider 3 sword as well. How well defended is Canterbury? Not very well at all. Yeah, this city looks like it might fall, because there are not a lot of defenders here. It's not on a hill. Sword. Only 1 axe, yeah. Like, once the axe goes down, that city's kind of vulnerable. We'll see. Still tough to get through city walls, though. Kathy's in a 2-front war, not a... Oh, she's Kathy in a 3-front war against the Barbs, if you count that. Counting the barbarians. And note that this city still has not been captured, because the AI sucks at managing situations like that. Alright, so Canterbury did not fall, but Cyrus also didn't lose all of his units. And he does have more reinforcements coming up. And there's a fresh axe in that city, though, so that's probably not going to fall. Well, never mind. Liz is reinforcing. She's shoving more units in there. Cyrus got another stack up following, but probably can't get it. Izzy's researching construction, Kathy's researching construction, so once the catapults are in the mix, you will start to see more cities falling. Liz is researching Code of Laws, so good for her. And Isabella actually is taking over the score lead right now, by a decent margin too. Oh, never mind, Canterbury did fall. I thought Liz might be able to take it back, but she backed off. This war is not going well for England. Cyrus is kind of doing what we thought he might do. Cyrus is not going for construction, but he's picking up every key economic tech. Like, he got currency, he got calendar, now he's going for monarchy. Like, he's getting the happiness techs he needs. Like, once he connects these dyes and such. Oh, and he also so this is big, he also got ivory as a result of capturing that city. That's really crucial, because now he'll be able to build elephants once he gets, like, he gets the extra happiness, and he'll also be able to build elephants. And yeah, now that he's got the happiness resources, now he can really start to expand. Izzy's in a similar position, because she's got happiness resources as well now. which is big for her too. Cyrus is going to skyrocket if he can finish taking over more of these English cities. Meanwhile, where's Izzy's stack? Alright, so Kathy's got a counterattack force. She might be able to retake Novgorod, which is not very well defended. Yeah, so Kathy gets her city back. Knocks Isabella down into second place. So she did get her city back again. Overall, Kathy is a net plus 2 cities from this war thus far, because she took Boston and she got the Barb city. So, slowing her down. I'd say the biggest winner from this round of conflicts has been Cyrus thus far. Oh, but nope. Nottingham just changed hands back again. So, trading back and forth. As we see a random religion founded. Oh, and Kathy made peace with Roosevelt. Okay. And look, note, she got New York in the peace treaty. She got another city from Roosevelt in the peace treaty. That's pretty big. Now America's down to just 4 cities, and this will let Kathy concentrate on just Isabella. So what a reversal for Kathy in like the span of 2 turns there. She gets her city back, gets another city in a peace treaty, and now she can focus just on Spain. You do get some big reversals sometimes in this game. And meanwhile, Cyrus losing Nottingham back to Liz puts some life back in her. And now Izzy and Kathy are out of signed peace as well. Alright, so Kathy goes back to peace. This is probably good for her. Give her time to recuperate a little bit, build some catapults, and then look to pick her spot in another war. Pretty good for Kathy. And Isabella got knocked down. Cyrus has now been knocked down to 3rd place out of that. Still like Cyrus's position, but it looks less likely like he's going to finish off Elizabeth in this war now. And like Canterbury is now pretty squeezed, and maybe Elizabeth can get that back now too. That city's still hanging on. A lot of reversals in this game. Izzy's building an apostolic palace. Okay. Yep. Alright, so we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, I agree that Cyrus needs construction, but that's probably his next tech. Yeah, that is his next tech. That's a nice wonder for Qin. Whoever kills him will end up with something pretty good. Someone will kill him and take that and use it for themselves. Alright, yeah, so Cyrus again trying to take this city back. All those swords with City Raider are great on the attack, but not so great on the defense. Alright, and I think that that's the last Barb city in the world. So Kathy and Isabella have split that one as well. I'm sure we'll see more pop up in the extreme south, but there aren't any there right now. War counter 3, by the way. What? Isn't the war counter at 3? I thought it was at 3. Yeah, it's at 3. Power. Sure. So Cyrus is pretty clearly the lead in power. Elizabeth's lower. Qin is last place by a while. So the only ongoing war right now is between England and Persia. Yeah, there's too many units here. This city's not going to fall without catapults. If Cyrus attacks, he's just throwing his units away. Which it looks like he did. He actually did kill 1 or 2 of the units, but... Oh boy. Well... Okay, that's a big development. Kathy declares war on Cyrus. I can't wait to see the chat react to that. That's a pretty big, yeah, that's a pretty big game changer. Let's get the war counter on that. Yeah, if Cyrus can't get out of that conflict, he's in deep trouble. Kathy probably would have been better off staying at peace for a little while because she's kind of overstretched from her last war. But I mean, this is obviously terrible news for Cyrus. Good news for Isabella. She will sit here for a while, bombarding down the defenses because she's got 1 catapult. But that said, this city will fall by the time that ends. Also, looks like Canterbury might have revolted or something like. Oh no, never mind. Just in between production builds. The great game dividing Persia between England and Russia, just like real life. Yeah. Alright, she's got more units coming up. Yeah, this city will definitely fall once the defenses are very, very slowly taken out. Barring, of course, another reversal. Yeah, there's not a lot of defenders in here. Certainly not enough to stop this attack. Cyrus is still committing a lot of units to trying to take this away. Does he have any catapults? He's building some, but I don't think he has any over here yet. Yeah, Cyrus needs to sign peace with one of these two opponents. Definitely three major civs, though. Cyrus, Kathy, and Isabella. The others are all much weaker than those three. Wait, yeah, Kathy's got a lot of units here. She's got about 25 units in this stack. That's quite a few. A lot of units. And yep, sure enough, there it is. So Kathy takes one of the border cities away from Cyrus. That's a pretty big blow to him. And a good sign for Kathy. Unless she gets attacked by Isabella again, which is always possible. Isabella is furious towards Catherine. So we could see another reversal there. Interesting game. And they're actually pushing on the Persian capital right now. Or at least these random chariots are running down there. Yeah, I don't think this city's going to get recaptured anytime soon. That's a pretty good stack. Cyrus is using catapults against Nottingham, so he's probably going to get that city once the defenses are down. Again, Cyrus needs to sign peace with one of these opponents. And Elizabeth, ooh, Chichen Itza, that's going to slow down Cyrus's offensive. It's one of those wonders that doesn't do anything to really save you necessarily, but it does slow down attacks against you. Oh, and that is a really smart war declaration by Izzy. She went after the weak opponent, so she's going after Chin. That would help her a lot, because there's several wonders that Chin has built. That would be pretty nice for a civ to pick up. The Mausoleum. Yeah, this should probably be it for Chin. He did pick up longbows before this war came, but he's just very, very weak overall. Yeah, I mean, he's here, and Izzy's here. Also note that Cyrus has fallen down below Kathy in terms of power. So it'll take a couple turns to remove the defenses there, but I think that's that. And Kathy's on the move again with a new force. I'm watching here because I think this is the next city that's going to change hands. I would say Kathy and Isabella are in the best shape right now, just based on what we're seeing. Yeah, and the Apostolic Palace is going to finish too. All right, so Nottingham does get taken back, which is not good for England. But Persia's in a lot of trouble. Ooh, Kathy also gets another key wonder, Statue of Zeus. That will make the war weariness pretty nasty for anyone fighting her. This city, Guangzhou, is probably the next one to fall. It should go down this turn. Also the turn that the Apostolic Palace finishes. Elizabeth is below Chin. Wait, well, I guess she was for one turn below Chin in score. Won't be this turn now because Isabella just took that city. Alright, so Apostolic Palace finishes. And we get the capture of the city. Alright, so let's add the AP religion to... Alright. No. Wrong city. Want to add it to my city, not the second observer. That's the whole point of having a second observer. Alright, so there's no Christianity in this city. Wrong civ. Okay. Yeah, you guys caught it in chat. I did realize it, too. Alright, so there's Kathy's current army. Heavy on chariots and swords. I will now get spammed to convert religions. It's okay. So Kathy's setting up a siege of the Persian capital. If Cyrus can't hold this, his game is finished. He can't afford to have his capital taken over by Russia. Somehow this city still has not been captured. Yeah. And Spain's just waiting and getting ready to push again. Alright, Alright, so not surprisingly, Izzy is the winner for the Apostolic Palace. We get a chance to see the votes. Who else voted for Isabel? Cyrus also voted. So Cyrus did vote for her. Kathy abstained. There's no risk that Christianity will auto-spread. This city can't be reached by trade routes, so there's no real worry about that. Anyway, right now I'm most concerned to see if Persepolis is actually going to get captured by Kathy, or whether Cyrus will actually rally to try to defend his capital. You'd think that he would, but there's a lot of low units here. A lot of injured units on the part, but there's not many defenders here. I would say it's more likely than not that this city gets captured, unless Cyrus can mop this up. Yeah, there's a lot of low units. If he hits it with some horse archers, though, he could flank away. Oh wait, what's this? Roosevelt has a stack moving through. Where's Roosevelt going? He's about to declare war on someone, otherwise he would never move the stack through here. I have no clue who. It's not, I don't think it's Isabella, but he could attack anybody else. Where in the world is this American force going? That's random. Oh, and Qin apparently held his capital in a battle, just barely. Isabella tried to capture his capital, and apparently Qin held, because there's a lot of injured units. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Let's see if this Persepolis actually gets captured or not. And it's held for another turn at least. Where is this force going? Is there a Barb City down here? No, not a Barb City. Where in the world is this force going? Alright, Cyrus did make peace with Elizabeth. So that's a really big point for Cyrus. He gets out of this disastrous war, and now he can focus just on attacking Catherine. I don't really want these two to be fighting each other personally, because they're my picks to go first and second in the game. But getting out of that war was key, and he did not give away any of his cities back to England in the process. Alright, and it looks like Kathy's stack got mopped up. So it looked like Cyrus might collapse completely, but it looks like Cyrus has managed to hold that off for the time being, and that was a pretty big loss for... Yeah, Kathy suffered a pretty big loss in power. She had a whole bunch of units mopped up. That said, Cyrus is not in great shape. He probably needs a period of peace to recover. Right now, I'm most curious to see what the heck Roosevelt's doing. Yeah, I will get the spam request to change religion. It looks like he might be going for Elizabeth. Roosevelt and Elizabeth, I mean, they have like the same peace weight, so this would be totally shocking if he actually declared war on her, but it looks like that's what he's doing. Wait for it. Roosevelt wants to give out some democracy. Okay. I am confused. And Kathy made peace with Cyrus. She did not give Susa back for what it's worth. Okay. So the only war going... okay. Let me update the war declaration counter. I am very confused why two extremely peaceful, high peace weight leaders would walk all the way across the map. I mean, look how weak this guy is. He has 4 cities, and like this city is awful. It's size 1 with no food. Okay, so yeah, have fun with that, Roosevelt. I don't understand that. Yeah, the first 2 civs to die are battling it out. There is another war still going on. Isabella is still fighting Qin, who managed to hold her off despite only having 2 cities there. But Kathy's out of a war and Cyrus is out of a war. Cyrus needs to just recover a little bit. There's a new Barb City down here. Double wonders for Kathy. She's stacking up a lot of culture. She might be able to get a cultural victory, actually, especially in some of these cities. Like, look at this. She's got 23 cities for her shrine. Pyramid, Stonehenge, Great Library, Statue of Zeus. Building an awful lot of wonders. Anyway, I think right now, I mean, we can watch Roosevelt's army get slaughtered, which will be, funny and all. But I think the more interesting thing is probably seeing if... Oh, assign the Russian city of Susa to Cyrus. Interesting. See, this is where we now get to see the Apostolic Palace votes. Obviously, we will abstain. The question is, will this be given back to Cyrus or not. This is probably the more crucial fight, though. Can Qin hold this army off from attacking? Let's see if that vote goes through in the AP. It succeeds. Cyrus gets a city back. Yay! I'm sure a lot of you are going to be really pissed when you see that. Catherine votes no. Cyrus votes yes. Elizabeth votes yes. Isabella votes yes. Okay, so apparently Isabella wanted that city to go back. I don't quite know why. Oh, because Cyrus has the same religion as her. Alright, well, Cyrus gets his city back, so Kathy did not end up getting anything out of all that. Can the city still flip now? Good question. I don't know. I don't know how that's handled, because you know a captured city can't flip, but I don't know about the situation there. Has Roosevelt's stack died yet? Yes, his stack has died. Alright, thank you. Now let's get back to this. See if Spain can manage to take out the Chinese capital. And see if Qin ends up as first to die. Qin still is leading Roosevelt in score, even though he has all of 2 cities. Pretty funny. Yeah, the Christian coalition voted together. Good observation, Alex. I agree, the Apostolic Palace is pretty dumb. I don't think it's a good part of the game. Qin does have a lot of units in here. That said, they're all probably going to get slaughtered if the defenses get taken out. Unless Cyrus is doing something. He does have a force moving around here. Kathy adopts police state. Okay. And theocracy. Okay, so that would suggest that she's plotting war. Cyrus is building an awful lot of units. He might be considering going... Well, he's building some temples too. Maybe not. Can the AP be turned off? Yes, you can turn off diplomatic victory, but that also turns off the UN. Maybe I screwed up. It's actually Wang Khan in this game. Or with Elizabeth. Worst enemy of Elizabeth. Alright, that was a highly entertaining first 150 turns. Kathy seems like she has the lead for the moment. The thing with Kathy, though, is her diplomatic situation is not great. She is practicing a religion that only Roosevelt practices, so long-term, her diplomatic situation is not ideal. But she is Kathy, so you know she might just be able to roll over enough people that it doesn't matter. We will look at the bar graphs because we're on an even number here. GNP, Kathy's leading. Isabella's second. The others are kind of clustered together. Cyrus's research rate is not great. Izzy's leading in production, for what that's worth. Kathy's leading in food, and then it's close, and then the other 3 are clearly much weaker. Oh yeah, Roosevelt fed Catherine with 2 cities. Power, again, the top 3 are pretty close, and then there's a big drop-off. Look at Roosevelt, the straight line across the bar graph. That's never a good sign. The bar graph, you always want them to be going up over time. A flat line is not good. And okay, wow, Kathy used a culture bomb in one of her cities. That's what this means. She is way out in front of the field in terms of culture. And if she gets the Sistine Chapel, that's only going to be magnified. All right, quick. How did de Gaulle get all these texts? Like, how did he get mathematics? That's insane. Anyway, AI cheats on deity. That's all you need to know. All right, so Cyrus, he has skipped metal casting. Otherwise, he's in like the early medieval period. He's gotten most of the key texts. Civil service would be nice, although he's a long way away from maces because he doesn't have machinery. Kathy, a little bit further ahead. She has civil service, still needs to get machinery. Also has skipped metal casting in this game. Is all the way up to music, though, so she's definitely ahead in tech as compared to Cyrus. Elizabeth is behind Kathy. Does have theology, but behind. Isabella... She has civil service. She's going for machinery, so she will have maces once she finishes that. Maces and crossbows, then going for engineering. And Qin is further behind. Still, they're all reasonably close to each other. I don't see a huge tech lead for anyone. He has some coast that gives him research. Do a double mountain. Oh, he has... Oh, okay. He's working coastal tiles. You're right. You're right. He's working coastal tiles. I mean, it doesn't really matter. The thing is, I don't want to add too many tiles because the more tiles I add to the observer civs, the harder it is for someone to win by domination. Because it does add more tiles to the game. I'm okay if he's researching some of those. Would it be better? No, I don't actually care if de Gaulle researches the text. I'm just kind of like marveling at how he's managed to do it. I don't actually care. And it looks like Qin's going to lose his capital here because he just took a lot of damage. And chariots don't even get defensive bonuses. Now that said, he does have some city garrison 3 longbows. He is protective, so he's got all those drill and city garrison promotions. But I still think Izzy's going to run over him here. Because she just has too many units. Then again, maybe not. City garrison longbows are tricky to get through. Izzy's building more wonders. Defenses are holding for the moment. I'm a little bit surprised that Isabella can't seem to crack someone who has literally 2 cities. But she's struggling. Oh, there she goes. She finally got it. Alright, and that will basically finish off Qin. He's got 1 more city. A couple wonders in here. Great Lighthouse and especially important Mausoleum. She has enough coastal cities that's probably... Great Lighthouse does help. Another wonder as well. You can't work ocean ice tiles. How much old gold does Izzy get from her shrine? That is a good question. A fair amount, I would expect. 21 gold per turn. That's pretty good. AI loves to spread its religion. Yeah, so this is a really nice pickup for Isabella. It kind of cements Isabella as this second runner along with Catherine. I think Kathy might be plotting. No, she's not plotting war. She's building wonders. Looks like Cyrus is plotting war, though. He's got a lot of units in production right now. But this will be it for Qin. Founding his own religion is pretty bad. Declare war. Oh, wow. Apostolic Palace declare war on Qin resolution. Okay. This could be fun. Can't wait to see what happens when that goes through. Is that actually going to vote through? Fails. Came up short. Isabella voted yes. No one else voted yes. All I needed was 1 more vote. If Cyrus or Elizabeth had voted, it would have been enough. Oh, that's disappointing. Oh well. That city is no longer the Christian holy city? Is that true? Oh, you guys are right. I don't think it matters because the shrine's already in that city, but let's just fix that. Good point. Thanks for catching that. Alright, so we did not see the crazy everyone declare war on the last place Civ. Isabella was like, I don't need the help. Well, no, never mind. She voted for it. Everyone else was like, no, we're not joining. What's all these... Oh, Kathy's spamming missionaries. I was like, what are these red dots in Cyrus's territory on the mini-map? Just spamming missionaries. Oh, no, this is sad. When you've got to run wealth in 2 of your 4 cities, that's sad. Not the best use of your build queue. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. Your war is totally pointless. Elizabeth can't even get units over to Roosevelt because Cyrus won't sign open orders with someone he hates. And Roosevelt is so weak he can't even build units. So, alright, this should be it in a couple turns. However long it takes for those border defenses to be knocked out. That's a pretty unimportant one. I didn't lose Christianity in Delhi. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to. Otherwise, I would not have been able to see that Apostolic Palace resolution. Why is Qin building teremes when his last city's under siege? Because AI. That's why. Why is he building teremes? It's a good question. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. So Kathy has now declared war on Isabella. Okay. Making things a little bit more spicy. The thing is, though, I think Cyrus might join this war as well. Because Cyrus looks like he has got a force position right here. So this might turn into a 2-front war pretty quickly. I don't think Qin is going to be saved. I think he is doomed. Yeah, called it. Alright, back for round 2. Cyrus is back in the game again. Looks like this will be mostly fought with maces on both sides. Alright. Up to 8 wars now. So Qin should be eliminated, and then we'll see what happens. Kathy's now put herself into a 1v2 situation. Oh, so Kathy's already lost a city. Boy, looking pretty good for Isabella. I would have to say she's kind of the favorite right now. Shockingly so, considering how bad she's been in past seasons of this game. Want to make sure we capture this elimination, though. Alright, so first to die is Qin. Turn 163. Wait for the elimination message. There we go. China's been destroyed. Alright. Gotta mark it in. Oh, and Isabella gets a Mausoleum Enhanced Golden Age too, because she captured the Mausoleum. Really smart war from her to go after the weakling. You would think one of the other civs would have capitalized on that. Alright, so Qin is the first to die. So if you had that, you just scored 5 points in the contest. Wish I'd had that. Alright, so Qin, first to die. Game 1, turn 163, I think it is. Just double check that. Yep, 163. He's out. Finishes in last place. For this game at least. And the kill goes to, shockingly, Isabella. We keep track of the kills. So she's got the first kill of this season of Survivor. And once again, another game where we failed to have all of the leaders survive. We have never had a game where all of the leaders survive to the end. Has not happened one time in 40 games. All right, back to the Civ broadcast. Some really bad AI performances here. Yeah, congrats to Isabella. That is her first kill in 3 seasons of Survivor as well. She has been a total doormat for the earlier seasons, but she seems to have navigated the religious politics pretty well in this game. That, and she's been able to take over most of the north, has also been to her benefit. All right, so now I've got Cyrus and Spain, and Isabella against Kathy is the current. Oh, and technically Elizabeth is at war with Roosevelt, so yeah, that's still going on. But I mean, does anyone care? Let's be honest. This is the main focus. So Cyrus, so there's 2 sieges going on over here. Oh wow, the unique building Citadel. So Kathy's got a siege taking place against Barcelona. She's only brought 1 catapult though, so that's likely to take forever. And Cyrus has a siege going on Rostov. He also has brought 1 catapult, so that also is likely to take forever. So I don't think we're going to see much action there. Yeah, you two have fun. What does the Citadel do again? It's been a long time. I'm trying to remember what that actually does. Did she finish one here? I don't see it listed. I'm just going to look it up in the Civpedia real quick, because I can't remember what that one does. Castle, gives you bonus espionage, and gives you bonus espionage is the big thing. Oh, and your siege units get bonus XP. Yeah, siege weapons receive plus 5 XP. That's what it does. Bonus XP for siege. Thank you, guys. Kind of a weird thing. So let's see if the Cyrus plus Isabella coalition is strong enough to start legitimately taking core cities away from Kathy. She definitely wants to get out of this. Oh, it wasn't actually finished. Definitely wants to get out of this war if possible. Cyrus's siege does not seem to have succeeded. It looks like that was broken pretty easily by Kathy. Oh, okay. Liberated the city over to England. Okay. I guess it was swamped by English culture. Nice for Elizabeth, though. Oh yeah, power graph's a good thing to check. Cyrus is apparently tops in power right now. I'm a little bit surprised. GMP. Cyrus's economy is kind of garbage. I will say one thing. Elizabeth, not out of this game yet. If you picked Elizabeth, like, she doesn't have much territory, but 5 cities, yeah, I mean, it's tough when you have that few cities, but I wouldn't say she's out of this game yet, because she does have great economic traits. If she if she is left alone, she could get to the point where she sneaks a space or culture victory. Oh, I don't think Shanghai had any wonders in it. I could be wrong, but I do not believe. Oh, it had the Jewish shrine. Okay, that is not bad. It gives Elizabeth a religion to spread. She also may convert to that religion if she spreads it to her cities, because the AI does prefer to use a self-founded religion. So that could be significant overall. Isabella scored the main ones that she scored with the capturing the cities was the Great Lighthouse and the Mausoleum. Those were the big two. Yeah, because she only actually took 2 cities from that war, but the Mausoleum in particular is really nice because you get the Golden Age bonus. That said, Kathy has a lot of units here. She might be able to take this city if she ever finishes bombarding out the defenses. Cyrus. Oh, okay. I was like, Cyrus is supposed to be pretty strong. Where's his army? Apparently it's over here. He's got 31 units, 40 units in this stack. And in case you missed it, St. Petersburg's kind of a nice city. It's got like 8 wonders in it and 2 shrines. I'm exaggerating a little, but Kathy would not like to lose that city. So, yeah, let's keep an eye on that. That would be, I wouldn't say a fatal blow for Kathy, but that would be a pretty crippling blow if she were to lose that city. Only 2% of the defenses are going down each turn at Barcelona. Cyrus has picked a pretty good city to target. See if he combines this force with, oh, he's got it down to 24%. There's sizable defenses here, but not enough. I think this city might fall. He just took out all the defenses. Wow, this game is such a process of reversals. It looked like Cyrus was finished earlier, and now... Oh my goodness, that is a terrible blow to Kathy. There is a lot of stuff in that city. Ooh, I can't wait to see people react to this in the chat. Wow. So, this city has in it the Confucian Shrine, the Taoist Shrine, which is a major religion, the pyramids, Stonehenge, the Great Library, Angkor Wat, and Statue of Zeus. That is a lot. Oh yeah, what is Roosevelt doing? I think that he has open borders. I think he's just walking through... I think he's walking through Russian territory to try to get over to England. Catholics gone wild. Kathy might get... Yeah, if... Ooh, Kathy could be in a lot of trouble here. Especially if this attack fails, which it looks like it's going to because Isabella's been able to concentrate all her units in defense here. I'm not sure Kathy can bounce back from this. Like, the religious politics are just not in her favor in this game. Got a lot of damaged swords. Cyrus is, like, marching on the next city now, Rostov. There's actually not many units in here defending. Most of these are American units passing through. Also, Cyrus is going full-on fascist with police state theocracy. Oh, because he captured the pyramids. That lets him go into police state. Probably a bad decision to go into police state. I was gonna... Oh my god, Cyrus, what the... What is this? He has 6 military instructors in his capital? Also, why is he starving? The AI always does this. They, like, overrun specialists to the point where they're starving. I don't get it. Anyway. But yeah, this is not a good look for Kathy. She's in... Oh, and... Oh, what the... There's an English stack here now, too? Okay. I think that's walking to America. Yeah, Kathy's still got a decent stack here, but I don't think she's going to be able to punch through. I think all these units are going to die. And, like, the fact that Kathy's big army is in Spain is allowing Cyrus a chance to get in here. Oh, he might lose this city because he hasn't defended it well enough. He might lose this city back to Kathy. But a lot of the accumulated culture has been lost. Yeah, this was pretty deep. Oh, never mind. He reinforced. I guess he's okay. Yeah, he reinforced the city. And then there's still this big army walking around here. Yeah, imperialistic for the win. Alright, so that big stack that was attacking looks like it's being cut down. It's down to just 18 units. I think there were like 50 when that stack first started. I think that this is going to get cleaned up by Isabella sooner or later. She does have knights out. I think she's the first one to have knights out on the field. And Cyrus just triggered a golden age too. What's going on in terms of power? Ooh, yeah. Kathy's been fighting 2 opponents that are both strong, and it's taking its toll on her. Not good for Kathy right now. Boy, she was looking so good earlier in this game. Yeah, and this stack just got cleaned up. So her power is going to go down that much further, and now all these Spanish units that have been on the defense are going to be able to go on the offense and start targeting some of these cities over here. Like, Cyrus is been stalled out for the moment, but I think Kathy has lost just about everything. Cyrus would definitely benefit from getting guilds, but I think he's still a few techs away. As America and England continue to fight here in like deep in Russian territory. Alright, that's a meaningless secondary religion. Yeah, Izzy's on the march now. I think she's actually I think she might be the favorite right now, although it does depend on what Cyrus is able to take. Oh, I actually missed this. Cyrus is a pretty big stack over here. He doesn't have any siege units, but I think he only has one catapult though, so yeah, he might do better just to attack because it's going to take him forever to get through that, especially with the castle finishing. Oh, but he just reinforced with at least a second catapult. Alright, so yeah, see now the Spanish army is on the march, and there's, I don't know, 27, so 30-ish units here in this stack. And yeah, Kathy's in deep, deep trouble. Kathy could be the next one eliminated, and I'm not even exaggerating. This is not looking good for her at all. I think both Boston and Rostov are in a lot of trouble. Or not Rostov, Novgorod. Yeah, all the defenses were just taken out at that city, and they've been gone down at Boston too. So there's a pretty good chance both these cities are going to fall on this turn. We'll watch this one first because Cyrus moves, and then... So Boston fell. And Novgorod fell. Geez, terrible turn for Kathy. Yeah, Isabella and Cyrus look like the favorites in this game right now. Oh, but that's big. Cyrus just swapped his religion. Oops. Cyrus just changed his religion to Taoism. Why? Because he captured the holy city. So now he's kind of on Kathy's side of the religious divide? Interesting. Yeah, again, the AI has a preference for using a self-founded religion, so... that is not going to endear him to Catherine. Where are these two? Yeah, all the way down to cautious now, because of the heathen religion. The minus 16. Interesting. Yeah, might not have been the wisest plan. That said, as long as the war is ongoing, Cyrus is not going to like change sides. But if the wars end, could be bad for Cyrus in the long run. I just can't get over the fact that England is still in this like meaningless war with America on the opposite side of the map. It's like the most random fight. Alright, where are these armies going to go next? I think Kathy's military is like completely gone at this point. Yeah, she has less power than Elizabeth now. I don't know how Roosevelt and Elizabeth are still holding on in this game when like Kathy's crumbling, but sometimes that happens. If Kathy loses another city, her score is going to fall below Elizabeth. Alright, so this is a winner vote. No one can win because we don't have the religion in Paris. Or no, I think that was just for the leadership. Never mind. Cyrus is on the march again. He doesn't have any siege units in this stack though, so not going to make much progress unless he can get... Oh no, never mind. Here's his other stack. Alright, so Isabel, that was just the votes, not the actual victory condition. And Cyrus apparently voted for Isabella too. I guess he wouldn't vote for Elizabeth because he's been in a war. Alright, this is a much better stack from Cyrus. He's got 7 cats and a treb. So even though castles take forever to remove, he'll be able to, with that many siege units, he should be able to take it down pretty quickly. Yeah, 20%. Okay. Rostov is doomed. City's totally doomed. Izzy better get her butt in gear or most of the cities are going to be taken by Cyrus. Alright, that's looking better. Oh wait, that city only has 2 longbows for defense. There's like nothing there at all. Yeah, Kathy is like donezo at this point. It would be smart just to punch through and not bother to wait for siege units, but yeah. Okay, good of Isabella to do that. She did not wait for siege units, she just grabbed it right away. Because there was like nothing defending that. Whereas Rostov is much better defended, but these defenses are going to come down and I don't see any way to hold that city. Wait, did Kathy just found a new city? right there. It's like, what are they doing? The enemies are at the gates. I know, toss down a new size 1 city. This should see Rostov fall, yep. Not surprisingly, that size 1 city was auto-raised. So Cyrus is gaining a lot from this too. Who gets Moscow is pretty important. I guess Moscow technically only has 1 wonder, but look, it does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 great military instructors. That would be pretty nice to get. Yeah, it is, I am curious who ends up getting Moscow here. Race is on. Can Kathy manage to get peace before she's eliminated? Just to like stick around in the game longer. Looks like Cyrus is the inside edge at the moment. And there's actually not many defenders in this city. Although there are city wall or castle. Jeez, that's a lot of units. Okay. That's a lot of units. This is not a good sign when you're Kathy. Alright. Izzy's got way more siege units. So it's just, at this point, it's just a coin flip who's going to capture this city. Looks like Cyrus attacked, but he was only able to redline the units, not actually kill them. Declare war on Catherine. That would be kind of interesting. So yeah, Izzy has more siege units. I guess Cyrus has 6 trebs. So at this point, it's literally just dumb luck who gets this city. Oh, apparently I have declared war. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, well, we will ignore the Observer Civ's war declaration. We're going to ignore the Observer Civ's war declaration. We will count the others, though, because that was an AP war. Elizabeth's war declaration does count. Like in past years, we just would never have seen what was actually happening. Poor Lizzie, now forced into a war against Catherine. Come on, Roosevelt, take. Well, no, Roosevelt did not get pulled into that war. I don't think, because I don't think he has any Christian cities. Yeah, he doesn't have a single Christian city, so Roosevelt was not pulled into that war. Alright, I think Cyrus is going to get this city because he moves before Isabella. So I think Cyrus is going to take this city. Let's see. Nope. So he took out the defenses, but he did not actually choose to attack. Like, he bombarded, and then he didn't attack. So then, because the defenses were down, Izzy took it. So that's good for her. Oh, and she also takes liberalism, too. Yeah, she's the favorite right now. Okay, and Roosevelt finally makes peace with Elizabeth and gets out of that stupid war. Let's see what she slingshotted with liberalism. Probably nationalism. Looks like she took economics for her tech. I think. Interesting. Economics. Kind of a weird choice. Does she have a great merchant in the capital? She took astronomy. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say I didn't see the pop-up for the... She took astronomy. That's a pretty good choice. Astronomy is very, very expensive. And of course the observatories are nice. Alright, so Kathy's just got 2 cities left. Looks like Isabella has come out. I guess the spoils have been roughly evenly divided. Izzy's picked up Chehalis, Yekaterinburg, Novgorod, and okay. Whereas Cyrus has gotten 3 cities. So I would say Isabella's come out a little bit stronger from this war. We'll see who gets the last 2. Obviously, if Cyrus had gotten Moscow, he would probably be a little bit better off. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to say that Persia gets these, but I mean, Spain's going to be right there too. You refuse to stop trading with our worst enemy. Like, it would seem logical that these would be taken by Persia, but it doesn't look like that's actually going to happen. Or it's not guaranteed, at least. Cyrus does seem to have more units. But again, it's no guarantee. Cyrus actually has more territory than Isabella, huh? I would have thought that it was the other way around. Maybe when Moscow comes out of revolt. So this city is pretty important because I believe this one has, yeah, this city has Sistine Chapel, which is a really key wonder for the AI. Why? Because the AI runs ridiculous numbers of specialists. Like, they just love to run specialists. So Sistine Chapel is one of the most powerful wonders in these AI games. Who gets this is going to be pretty impactful. All right. Also the Observer Civ, we finally discovered bronze working. What I will do is I will change up the music because it's a good time to enter a new age. So we'll go to the medieval music. And I'll do a big summary of where we stand, like big picture stuff, at the end of this war between Russia and the other two civs. Boy, there's a lot of units on that tile. Both Isabella and Cyrus have their big stacks on this tile. Nope, Spain gets another city. That's quite significant that the Sistine Chapel has gone over to Isabella and not Cyrus. She's pulling out to a pretty big score lead at this point. My Cyrus for first place pick is not looking as good now. Isabella's looking better, quite a bit better. Alright, so keep moving this along. And it really is like just the luck of the draw of who actually captures these cities when there's like two huge armies standing next to them. And she got New York as well. Cyrus had the big siege stack, and then she snuck in and actually captured the city. So that's it. Kathy, one of our big favorites, not showing up in this competition today. Second one to be eliminated. Did anyone pick Isabella to win? Someone probably did. All right, let's mark it down. All right, so it is turn 209. Kathy. Eliminated comes in 5th place in this game. Not that it really matters. We don't really track like second to die. And we score another kill for Isabella. 2 for her on the day. Could have gone to Cyrus just as easily, but Izzy is the one who actually gets the kill, so she gets the credit. I will check to see if anyone picked Isabella to win. Yes, Cinnaherd has picked Isabella. Ben Joyce, Alhambra. 3 people. 3 out of like 160. Not a popular pick. And granted, she has not won yet, but I would say she's a definite favorite at this stage of the game. Alright, so my runner-up Catherine pick is not going to happen. My first-to-die pick Roosevelt also did not happen. First of all, let's look at the diplomatic situation. So Cyrus hates Elizabeth. That probably means Elizabeth's going to get run over. I can't see Cyrus staying peaceful. He's only cautious towards Izzy, and he loves Roosevelt, so he won't declare. Our other big leader, Isabella, she loves Elizabeth, won't declare on her. She's cautious with Cyrus, cautious with Roosevelt. Elizabeth is annoyed at both Roosevelt and Cyrus and loves Isabella. And Roosevelt's pleased towards Cyrus, pleased towards Isabella, cautious towards Elizabeth. Let me pass a couple turns so we can like see the borders expand on these new cities. Kind of crushed by culture. Oh, where's this? Barb City captured? Oh, Cyrus gets a Tundra Barb City. Hey, better than nothing. Izzy gets another longer. Oh, so she finished Taj Mahal. Gets the extended Golden Age because she has the mausoleum captured from Chin. Also researching military tradition. So like I said, I just want to run a couple more turns to let borders expand, cities that were captured come out of resistance, and then we'll look at like all the bar graphs. Let's go to turn 215. Yeah, Roosevelt, you're like dead man walking at this point. If anyone sneezes on you, you're dead. Observer Civ gets a border expansion. Second season in a row where Catherine didn't really get screwed over diplomatically. Like she could have spread her religion more, right? Like she could have spread her religion to Cyrus. She didn't do it. Like diplomacy is part of the game, right? She didn't manage the diplomacy very well in this game. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of our bar graphs, shall we? All right. So GNP, okay, Isabella's kind of running away with things. Now, okay, she's in a golden age right now, so it's not a fair comparison, but she's really running away with the game economically at this point. All right, she's in a golden age. She's only slightly ahead of Cyrus outside of golden age, but she's ahead, ahead in food. She's slightly behind in power, way ahead in culture. She's also opened up a clear research lead. Again, I hesitate to look at these numbers because she's in a golden age, but like 246 for Cyrus, 241 for Elizabeth, 143 for Roosevelt, 1,329. Yeah, again, she's in a golden age, but like the golden age doesn't cause that big of a gap in income. She's actually running 100, she's making a profit at 100% research too. So she's definitely opened up a tech lead. So Cyrus is like early Renaissance right now. He still doesn't have music or philosophy, but he's going printing press, replaceable parts. Elizabeth is roughly comparable. She has nationalism, gunpowder instead. Roosevelt is behind. He's still medieval, still going for guilds. And then Isabella is, has democracy, has astronomy, has corporation, has military tradition. The minute that she picks up rifling, she'll become like god mode in terms of military. She's way far ahead in terms of economy right now. Like it's not even remotely close. I think it helps having all these shrines because like she's got her main shrine. I guess she only has one shrine in here, but I think she also picked up another shrine somewhere. She's got a lot of religious income. Oh yeah, here. This is her minority religion. I guess she hasn't spread this one around that much. But she does have a lot of religious money coming in, and she's also got the whole north. She's got a ton of resources. Yeah, look at all these resources she has. Loves the spy specialist, apparently. But has just a gazillion resources. Cyrus is doing well, but just doesn't have as many. Anyway, so Cyrus is clearly not plotting war right now, because he's building theaters everywhere. I think that Cyrus is going to go to war with Elizabeth. Alright, now he just swapped over to all military builds, so I think he's plotting war with Elizabeth. I would expect to see him attack. Cyrus would be somewhat competitive with Isabella if he took over all that territory, but he's probably too far behind to win a space race at this point. And Hindu as well, yeah. Good point. Roosevelt's like, I'm expanding. Don't mind me. I'm just planting more ice tundra cities. Anyway, so yeah, just keeping an eye on. Does not appear that Isabella is plotting war. She's also building Statue of Liberty, which is going to make her that much stronger. What civics is she in, out of curiosity? Alright, so she's in representation. That's part of why she's so far ahead. Cyrus is in police state, whereas she's in representation. So she's got 10,000 specialists, and they're all getting the representation bonus speakers. So that's part of the reason why she's so far ahead economically. Yeah, Roosevelt is making progress for the first time since turn 50. Yeah, what happened to Kathy? She got trapped in a 2v1 war. She's gone. Sorry, Gavagay. Or Gavagay? Sorry. The games will typically be on Fridays, yes. There may be weeks when I'm unavailable on a Friday, so we will do them on another day. Oh, looks like we just had a war break out between Cyrus and Elizabeth, as predicted. Not surprised. I thought the furious relationship between them was expected. So it's going to take a lot of work through these cities because they've got the Chichen Itzan bonus defense, but Cyrus is just a lot stronger than Elizabeth. So unless she can deploy redcoats, I think she's in all kinds of trouble. Let's just look at the power disparity real quick. Oops. Yeah, Cyrus is here, Elizabeth's here. It's pretty one-sided. That said, I don't see... Yeah, so Cyrus is on replaceable parts. If he got to rifling, it would just be complete game over, but I don't think he'll go for that. He still needs he would need education gunpowder, so he's not that close. Whereas Elizabeth needs printing press, replaceable parts, rifling, so she's also not that close. She could get cuirassier if she picked up military tradition, though, which would be a nice tech. But Cyrus just has so many units, I think he'll be able to run her over, no problem. It's just going to take a while to run through to bombard out the... Well, maybe not. He just went from 125 to 78% in one turn because he had 10 trebuchets. Jeez. Okay. How likely is it that Izzy jumps in to save? Now, that's a great question. Really good question. Isabella does love Elizabeth, so there's a non-trivial chance that she jumps in here to try to save Cyrus. That's definitely definitely a non-zero chance that that could happen. Good question. And there is still the Apostolic Palace. Could do something with Apostolic Palace too. Could have a stop the war resolution, or everybody declares war on Cyrus. That kind of thing could happen. Izzy still has not picked up modern technology yet. Now, she just went state property, universal suffrage. She should have stayed in representation. That probably cut her research by quite a bit. But yeah, or no, that's Elizabeth. All right, so she's still at 800, almost 900 beakers. Yeah, she's still way ahead in science, but did drop off a fair bit by losing representation, which is probably the civic she should be in right now. Stop the war against Elizabeth, yeah. Let's see if this goes through. So York does get captured, and it succeeds. Okay, so Cyrus did get his city capture, and then the resolution went through. It's kind of annoying to see the war stop like that, but yeah, Izzy stopped the war with Apostolic Palace. So that will force a peace treaty. Cyrus did manage to get one city out of it, though, so good for him. He's lucky he managed to grab that before the forced peace broke out. Although this city is going to be completely swamped by English culture, so it's not going to be very useful. Alright, so now we're back to peace again. Izzy's finishing rifling, so she's just going to become completely untouchable by the other leaders at this point, because they're all on medieval texts and she's going to be on rifling. Wait, it's taking a long... Oh, you know what it is? I think she might be upgrading units? Wait, it's taking a long time to spin. Usually that means someone's attacking someone when it takes this long to process a turn. Oh, New York was apparently gifted over to America. No, maybe it wasn't a war. I don't know why it took so long to process that turn then. Oh well. So for the moment, there's no wars on the planet. Things are peaceful. Cyrus is still furious towards Elizabeth, and she's furious towards him. Izzy's now annoyed towards Cyrus, though. That's bad news for Cyrus long term. Annoyed. I mean, Izzy's about to upgrade all her units to gunpowder stuff. Cyrus would definitely not last very long once Izzy has that kind of tech lead. Yeah, see the rifles have just broke out. This is not good long term for Cyrus. Like, Izzy does not like him, and Izzy is much stronger than he is right now. Izzy's still a long way away from domination, but I will check it for you. Cyrus actually has more land area. He's at 34%. Isabella's at 31%. So like I said, a long way away. Even conquering all of Cyrus would probably still leave Isabella short of domination. Not guaranteed, but would probably still be short. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Cyrus tries to attack Elizabeth as soon as that forced peace treaty wears off. So, with nothing going on, we'll just advance the turns fairly quickly. Cyrus is going to rifling, which is a pretty smart decision for him. He needs at least to have comparable tech to Isabella. I mean, she'll bypass him again soon enough, but... And Statue of Liberty is really nice, because she gets all those free specialists. Like, it won't be too long until Isabella gets assembly line and jumps out ahead to another military tech lead. So Izzy again retains control of the Apostolic Palace. No surprise there. Yeah, Elizabeth has a real shot at second place. I agree with that. Because if Cyrus were to get wiped, then Elizabeth would have a real shot at second. That said, she could also be eliminated very easily if Cyrus jumps on her and she doesn't get saved. Yeah, he's the worst enemy of Elizabeth and Isabella. Also, Roosevelt's still in this game somehow, because everybody's just ignoring him. Cyrus gets to rifling. Yeah, that's a good question. We should check the power balls. I expect Isabella's in first because, yeah, because here's her rifling bump. You can see she's jumped, and the non-relevant civs are still way down there. Isabella's already gone through steel to railroad, so she'll have machine guns once she picks that up. Not much going on during these turns, kind of quiet. When there's not much going on, we just do the turns kind of quickly. She doesn't appear to be plotting war right now. Cyrus also doesn't appear to be plotting war. I don't think Izzy or Lizzie stopped being Christian. Elizabeth's in free religion. Once she got to liberalism, she went free religion. I believe it's her favorite civic is free religion. So she will go free religion kind of later on in every game, basically. Oh boy, I think that may have been a mistake. Okay. Cyrus declares war on Isabella. Why? Why would you declare war on Isabella? Why? Why not Elizabeth? She's much weaker. Oh boy. Alright, well, that gets us to 11 wars. That feels like suicide to me. At least he does have rifles, but that does not feel like a good decision. Yeah, he doesn't even have cuirassier, you're right. Like, Izzy is about to hit. She can research assembly line, and that's probably her next tech, which will grant her infantry and factories, and she'll have machine guns, whereas, like, here's what Isabella's researching, right? Here's where Cyrus is. He's like a full era behind in tech. Yeah, he doesn't even have cuirassier yet. He's still on knights. I don't think this is going to end well. We'll see, though. He did take a border city, so there is that. At least Roosevelt won't get second. Yeah, and also, there's also cannons on the other side, too. I mean, who knows, maybe the Apostolic Palace resolution goes through. Or maybe Isabella just fights this war horribly. We have seen people lose wars that they have no business losing. But with Cavs running around for Izzy, Cavs are just such strong units. It's hard to see this really being a loss for Spain. Alright, reveal the map. Well, so far Cyrus is 2 cities for Persia, 0 cities for Spain. Somewhat improbably, so far Cyrus is doing better. So, I mean, I guess we'll see. Where's the big Spanish? Alright, here's the big Spanish force right here. Targeting a very key city, the one with the Taoist shrine, so... Maybe Izzy's just picking better targets to engage on. Yeah, so she takes the big prize, St. Petersburg. Also, it looks like Elizabeth just joined the war, so... yeah, so this is probably not going well for Cyrus. Alright, tick that war counter up again. Up to 12 now. I have 15s for the game, so I'm feeling reasonably good about that. But yeah, Cyrus is in a lot of trouble now. In fact, he is probably the most likely to be the next one to die in this game. I don't really see how he turns this around. This is not going to be a good first game for scoring. No, it is not. This one has not gone how we expected at all. Alright. So, here we are. 250 turns into the game. Cyrus is in a very questionable diplomatic position. He might actually swap back to Christianity now that he's lost the Taoist holy city. Elizabeth's early attack on Cyrus turned out to be the right move. It's worked out better than you would think. It was a bizarre move, but it has played in her favor. Let's see what the power bar graphs look like now. Still reasonably close. Elizabeth's almost irrelevant, but... I mean, she will distract Persian units. Like, she will pull attention away from other parts of the map. Alright, so another city gets taken. Those Cavs are just, like, unstoppable. There's way too many of them on the side of Spain. I don't know what side... What is he doing? Why is he attacking this way? He's going for the Spanish capital, apparently. Now, maybe if the AI would ever raise city... Oh, never mind. He actually was going for Barcelona. He was just walking along the hills. Maybe if the AI would ever raise cities, but the AI will never raises cities, so it's not like they can just jump in, burn the capital, and get out. Looks like the Spanish has a stack over here. Guess we should see what happens at Barcelona, though. It is a double holy city, so that's pretty valuable. I just don't think Cyrus could hold it even if he were to take it. And yeah, Isabella's already on rocketry, so advancing on up the tech tree. Fighting in like former Russian territory. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of units here. There's 103 units here from Cyrus, so he definitely has a large force. It's just Isabella's about to hit assembly line, and then she'll have factories everywhere, and Cyrus is like 50 turns away from factories, so I don't see how he can keep up with that amount of production disparity. Like, he's bombarding down the defenses, but like, Civ is ultimately an econ game, right? Oh, and there's artillery on the field too. I didn't even see that there were artillery. Artillery are just going to shred through his stacks. Because unlike cannons... Okay, Roosevelt. Why? Like, why? All that does is tick up the war declaration counter. Does not do anything else. Artillery are going to attack and not die while dealing lots and lots and lots of collateral damage. Unlike the cannons, which attack and then typically die. Yeah, Valencia is going to get recaptured here. It's cows against elephants for the most part. Yep. And now the infantry are on the scene. Wait, there was a stack here from Cyrus. Oh, what the? Okay, so they signed peace. Cyrus managed to get out of that war. Oh, you know what? We just had a big reversal there. Cyrus made peace with Isabella, but he did not make peace with Elizabeth. Cyrus is still at war with Elizabeth. And somehow Roosevelt took a city away. So Cyrus is now at war with Elizabeth, and he is not at war with the big giant in this game. Oh boy. Well, that's not good for Lizzie. So she's going to need a stop the war resolution or something. I mean, she is almost a rifling, but Cyrus is much, much, much stronger. Roosevelt for second. I mean, it's not impossible if Cyrus kills Elizabeth and then Isabella kills Cyrus. Not entirely impossible. Cyrus actually picked a good war. I mean, in a way, yes. How much did Cyrus lose? That's a good question. All right, he actually... So he took Guangzhou. He took that city. He lost Rostov, and he lost... Oh, he got St. Petersburg back in the peace treaty. Why in the world would she have given this city back? That's insane. Why in the world did Kathy give this city back? So he only lost Rostov, and in turn he gained Guangzhou. Not a bad trade. He did lose a lot of units, though. Well, not as bad as you might think. I mean, he didn't come out on top, but he didn't lose as many units as you would think. Huh, okay. So where's the big Cyrus stack? He is about to hit military tradition, and that will be a huge tech, because he'll be able to upgrade his knights. Just skip the cuirassier, could just go straight from knights into calves. There's a lot of units shuffling around. Alright, so here's his big death stack right here. Well, 30 units. I guess he's got more. But he's got a bunch of catapults in that. This stack is... Oh, he's got one Treb in this stack. going to sit outside London bombarding it down 4% of the time for like 20 turns. Yeah, so this is just, Elizabeth is dead unless she gets some kind of diplomatic intervention. The question is, will someone intervene to save her? Because if not, she's finished. Like, Hastings has already fallen. London's under siege next. Assign Persia to Isabella. Okay. Where is that one? Oh, this will probably get voted through. I expect that this will get voted through. Cyrus could defy it, but like he can't really hold that city, let's be honest. Isabella probably has enough votes just to force that through. Alright, it failed because Cyrus defied the resolution. Otherwise it would have succeeded. So now he's going to have the defy unhappiness in his cities. Yeah, the world considers you a villain, the +5. But he does get to hold on to the city, at least for the time being. Also, these generals, seriously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's plus 14 XP, plus the barracks. So units start with 17 XP in this city. That's pretty crazy. Should have built the national wonder that plus 100% military production. I can't remember the name. Heroic Epic. Should have built the Heroic Epic in Persepolis. Plus 17 XP units coming out. Pretty crazy. What was in Guangzhou? Oh, what was in Hastings? Fell under 5K. Oh, this no cities changed hands. London's probably going to fall any turn now. Or Isabella. Well, that city didn't actually... Oh, wait, I see what you're saying. No wonders in there. Just just a whole bunch of espionage stuff. For some reason, it's got ridiculous espionage stuff. So yeah, I don't know if Cyrus can survive here long term. But he's doing his best to take second. At least hang in the game long enough to take second. Alright, so London did fall. And again, unless there's a diplomatic intervention, Elizabeth is finished. Like, taking a size 17 city is pretty nice. Still, Izzy is way too far ahead. Chichen Itza's in there, it's already obsolete. Like, Isabella's on industrialism, which grants tanks. Like, she's going to have tanks running around against rifles, which is just a total slaughter. Oh yeah, Roosevelt. Yeah, Roosevelt sneak capture one of these cities. It would be funny if Roosevelt captures the last city and then Roosevelt gets the kill credit for finishing off a leader. He does have a little stack of muskets here, so... Alright, completed Broadway. Again, we're just waiting to see if someone's going to intervene and save Elizabeth. Actually, there's enough siege here that, like, this is helping the conquest take place, because there's all these trebuchets. I was wondering how Cyrus was getting those cities when it looked like he didn't have much siege. I think Roosevelt's actually providing the siege units to take down the defenses. The city just has 3 redcoats in it, so like random calves are attacking. But this is the death stack here. He's got 52 units on that tile, and then another like 15 up here, and then another 10 in that city. So Cyrus has got like 80 something units moving into English territory. The difference from that war earlier is I don't think that... Oh great, de Gaulle adopts vassalage. I don't think that Roosevelt has strong enough units to take these cities. So even if he knocks out the defenses, he can't like snipe the city. He just doesn't have enough units. It would require really good luck to take that. All right, so another same vote of what we saw before. Can Cyrus get up to... Cyrus will probably just defy the resolution again. This city, I mean, seriously, this city. Crazy. Oh, it succeeded this time. Cyrus just voted no. He did not defy. Roosevelt voted no, too. But Isabella had enough votes to just grab the city on her own, so she took it back. That said, Cyrus is picking up some nice conquests in English territory. It's not enough. Like, it's not enough to keep pace with what Isabella's already done. But Cyrus is gaining some nice territory for himself. Izzy probably should have jumped in here and tried to help save Elizabeth. Has not done that. She seems more focused on going to space. How far away is she from space? She still has a ways to go. Still has quite a few techs, but she can probably get there in like 70-ish turns, roughly. Just at a guess. Obviously, if there's more warring, that would slow it down. These Persian calves just run around pillaging all the tiles. Yeah, there's 3 redcoats in this city, and there's 4 redcoats in this city. So, yeah. Not much left. And Roosevelt might even be able to capture the city. I don't know how he'd be able to hold it if he did take it, but maybe. He's going to remove the defenses. Nope, looks like he just softened it up for... Oh! Elizabeth has made peace with Cyrus. Okay, I don't know why Cyrus would sign that peace treaty. So Elizabeth does manage to survive for now. It actually looks like Roosevelt might be able to get this kill. Because I think he's going to take Warwick here. Alright, processing. I don't know why Cyrus would sign that. Alright, so Roosevelt takes the city. So now there's one Tundra Iceball city that is keeping Elizabeth alive in this game. With 4 redcoats in it. I don't know that Roosevelt has enough units to take this city, though. We'll see. Roosevelt for second. Yeah, he might get a kill. He has no kills so far in the various seasons we've done. Wait, Cyrus didn't have education? No wonder his science is so bad. Yeah, in fairness, Cyrus didn't start the war. That's true. Yeah, well, Elizabeth's capital moved here because it's literally her only city left. Literally, she has 1 city left. Again, Isabella does not appear to be plotting war. Does not look like she has any... And it doesn't look like Cyrus is plotting war right now either. If anything, it's Roosevelt who's plotting war. He's like slowly trying to get rid of this last city. It's just amazing that these 2 pathetically weak civs are like fighting it out. He has 1 trebuchet left. Better frantically build caravels. Isabella is the only one who's up for the vote. Oh, FDR has 1 kill? Okay, so this is something we should try to remove if we can, the defensive pact with de Gaulle. I don't know if that's something you can adjust in the Diplo mode or not. Okay, apparently I can't set that. So this is the one thing I was concerned about, is the defensive pacts, because that can mess with the diplomacy. Oops, did I turn the interface off? Yeah, there we go. Wait, what happened? Oh, I'm still in the world builder. Okay. No wonder I was still in the world builder. Okay. Lost track of where I was for a second there. I think the way that we do that is we ignore any war declarations, again, by the observer civ if they get pulled in by a defensive pact. Yeah, just still waiting to see if Roosevelt's going to finish this off. Is there a reason for de Gaulle to be aware? Well, no, but I can't stop them from meeting him, for better or for worse. But yeah, he does not need to be in contact with them. It's just that they explore the map and eventually they come into contact. Okay, Cyrus has a bunch of calves running around. Hopefully the UN will just be built relatively soon, and then that'll be that. So there's like a big force of Americans that are slowly moving across the map to try and march on this last city. Alright, here's the force. Rifles and some trebs. It's probably enough to finish off that last. Next time put A observer. But see, the problem is if you put too many tiles, like too many mountain tiles, it makes it hard to win by domination, is the thing. Like, that's the reason why I'm hesitant to do that. Because remember, any land tiles you put does eat up space towards, it does eat up space towards the domination limit. I guess I could put more ice tiles, though. I could put a ton of these sea ice tiles, because they don't take up. Ice tiles do not count towards it. So maybe that'll be the plan. Put a whole bunch of ice tiles, sea ice, so that they can never actually meet the observer, the other observer Civ. Alright, so defenses are down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rifles on attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 redcoats on defense. If the Trebs go in first, this should probably be enough to finish off. We'll see. Could be close. But the collateral damage from the Trebs should be enough. Oh! Roosevelt gets the kill! So Elizabeth is finished off. English civilization destroyed. Alright. So we bid farewell to Elizabeth, turn 294. Let's mark it down, again, so you guys can see. Elizabeth. Game 1, turn 294. So we bid farewell. She will not be showing up in a future, will not be showing up in a wildcard game. And we're down to just 3 remaining. Oh, and the kill, Roosevelt. I gotta remember to mark that in. Boy, I did not figure this guy to still be alive. His starting position was just not very good in this game, but he is held in there. He's still holding, and he's still holding alive for the time being. Kathy's got tanks. So now we're at a point where we're kind of in late game here. Couple different ways that the game could end. I think Isabella's pretty certain to win. Cyrus is likely to finish second. I don't know if he can be knocked far enough down in score for Roosevelt to overtake him. That would be very difficult for that to see. True. You could do an outermost ring and a one-tile island surrounded by water. True. Is he building units? She is building some. Also building a bunch of wonders, too. Hopefully she is building some. Let's go to turn 300 and then look at all the bar graphs again. She is very, very, very far ahead at this point. The question would be, if she declared war on Cyrus, would she be able to win by domination before she wins by space? That's kind of the question at this point. Because she's definitely going to win the game. I don't see any way that Cyrus can surpass her. Even if, I don't see how even a cultural victory, I don't think he could possibly finish it in time. Izzy has all the key cultural wonders anyway. Well, except she doesn't have, oh no, never mind, she does have, I was going to say she doesn't have the Sistine Chapel, but she does have Sistine Chapel, because she managed to claim that. And she just got Eiffel Tower as well. Yeah, that would be key. Actually, yes, Antisocial's right. Cyrus could get knocked down to number 3, and in fact, Izzy just declared war, so, or one of them just declared war, because I see Peach units in Persian territory. So Izzy declared war. All right. So yeah, Cyrus could very easily get knocked down to 3rd place. In fact, that's probably the most likely outcome right now, because cities are already falling on the first turn. So this is probably going to be a domination win, not a spaceship win. The question is just how long it takes, unless we see some kind of stop the war claim. Cyrus, I don't know if he's dead, but I don't see him having much of a shot. I was wondering if Roosevelt would pile on to Cyrus, but no, he's friendly, so that's not going to happen. Yeah, he's not going to attack. He's not going to attack Isabella, or I can't see it happening. FDR to go to 2nd, yeah, that is probably the most likely outcome right now. Let's look at the bar graphs real quick. So I got to go to Isabella to see them. I mean, GMP, it's not close. Production, not close. Food, closer. Power, actually power's closer than I expected, but Izzy's going to start running all military builds now that she's in a war. Culture is not close. If you're curious about research, she's at 1400. Cyrus is down 400. She's extremely far ahead at this point. And she does have a fair number of techs to go. Advanced flight would be pretty helpful because then she'd be able to build gunships, which would again kill any of the early industrial units that Cyrus is fielding. Composites is the other, the couple big ones. Composites and robotics are the big two, because robotics unlocks mechs and composites unlocks modern armor. Advanced flight's not bad either. And then I guess the mobile artillery is pretty beastly as well. So she needs about 6 or 7 more techs to launch the spaceship, and she is currently apparently still behind Cyrus in land area. I don't know how that is, but she is apparently behind. She's at 35%. I think Cyrus has a lot of the tundra, and that's bumping up his land area. All right, so she's got a way to go. She's got to capture almost all of the Persian territory. Actually, she might be able to eliminate Cyrus before she hits domination. Let's see how long this takes. She has a ridiculously powerful army, or she will, because she's going to have the bombers to take out city defenses. This is one thing that you can see, like, in the late game. Like, okay, like right now, their power is relatively close, but like all of these many cabs are going to die pretty quickly, whereas the tanks are not going to die. The tanks are going to get a kill, heal, and then get another kill. This seems to be Cyrus's biggest stack right here, 89 units, so keep an eye on that. I want to see where the Spanish Doom stack is. Probably over here, because this is where, yeah, here it is, over here. 67 units, 33 cabs, 23 sand infantries, a whole bunch of artillery, yeah. But like with the bombers to take out city defenses, you can take out cities very quickly. And artillery obviously takes out defenses really fast too. So I expect that all these cabs are going to get sent to the glue factory pretty quickly. And in like 2 or 3 turns, Cyrus's power is going to fall catastrophically. Here's his big stack. He's still got a bunch of units in it, but sooner or later this big stack's going to get killed. It can be hard to follow where the AI chooses attack, though, because sometimes they choose really weird paths. Sardis just got captured this turn. Oh, and it's turn 300, so let's change up the music, shall we? We had a request for that in the chat, I saw. Alright. Let's go Renaissance. You know, this is the kind of music you listen to when there's like a worldwide battle to the death going on, right? Little trills on the flute. Anyway. Yeah, so Cyrus's power is starting to fall, as expected. This is where the biggest Persian stack is, so I've been trying to watch that and see if it gets thinned out and killed. But Spain's kind of advancing on all fronts right now. Yeah, well, no surprise, duh. It hasn't lost too many units just yet. That said, St. Petersburg, which again is one of the most important cities because it has all those wonders in it, is about to fall here. That's going to get just crunched by the tanks. Yeah. So Cathy's starting to advance. Cyrus is still, his score is holding up for the moment, but once his border cities go down, like once its core, oh, and the UN's been built. Okay, that's key. So with the UN built, we can say goodbye to de Gaulle. Farewell, de Gaulle. Thank you for letting us observe, but you're dead. No. Boop. Bye. Now that the UN is on board, we do not need you, and we definitely do not need you voting for victory conditions. Thank you for your service, de Gaulle. Alright. So yeah, like once the core cities start to fall, the borders will... Cyrus will lose tiles in his border, in like his core region, and then his score will start to drop pretty precipitously. So yeah, I think he will fall behind Roosevelt before this game's over. I think he will either get condemned to the wildcard game, or he might just get eliminated entirely. It's not impossible that he just dies before this ends. Alright, so Isabella wins the election, no surprise. Roosevelt did not vote for her. Can we vote for the Civ to get sunk into the ocean? And yeah. If you guys have a particular one, if you have a particular Civ you want to be the observer, that's fine. I picked a Gaul for the first game, but that doesn't have to be set in stone. I'm trying to just keep refreshing the map because a lot of cities are changing hands. Alright, how many units are left in... Oh, wait, wasn't this the big doom stack for Persia? Wasn't this in here? Did you just lose all those units? Okay, yeah. Alright, Cyrus is getting slaughtered pretty badly here. He's already lost all of his former Russian lands are gone, and now the Spanish is starting to push into the core. if you have rifles and cavs, you can't stop tanks, especially tanks backed by bombers, and artillery, and like all the late game modern units. First dead from each game becomes observer in the next. That might get too confusing. I'd kind of like to pick with the same Civ for each game just to prevent it from being confusing. Otherwise, I like that. Sitting Bull. I'm hearing people suggesting Sitting Bull. Like the notion of Sitting Bull being the observer Civ. And it makes sense because he is the Sitting Bull, I guess. Or Wang Khan, also a popular choice. So Gordium just got captured this turn. See if anything else fell. Like all the northern cities are slowly getting... What's this? Could not load file, asset, soundtrack, Renaissance, Beethoven. That's weird. I've never seen that message. Alright, so double city capture this turn. Cyrus retook Susa. Or two cities changed hands. I guess Cyrus took Susa and then Gordium was captured by Spain, but Susa will then get retaken by Spain here. With all the gunships flying in and the paratroopers paradropping. Isabella is also slowly making progress towards the spaceship. Not that fast though. She seems, if she does not sign a peace treaty, she will probably win by domination. Like, because as Cyrus loses more cities, obviously his capacity to build units decreases. All right, so or Isabella just going to go for the straight-up Diplo victory. I don't think Roosevelt will vote for her, though. No, he's only +1, so he will not vote for her. This will not end in a Diplo victory. Obviously, Cyrus will not vote for her. Asargadai is about to fall on this turn. All right, there it goes. Keep an eye on Cyrus's score. He lost 2 more cities this turn. So his score keeps dropping. Election has been canceled. What the? How did that happen? I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, I put my prediction underneath the screen just so you guys could see it. I'm not going to score any of the winner, second place, first to die points, but the other categories I might do okay. Like the turn of finish is looking pretty good. Number of wars is also looking pretty good. I'd love it if Roosevelt declared war one more time because that would get me exact on that. But being one off's not bad. This does not look like it's going to be a high scoring game for hardly anyone because we have very unexpected results. Also, modern armor is apparently on the board now. Or wait, no. It's some kind of mobile artillery. Okay, well that's not much better for Cyrus. Mobile artillery is pretty bad. He's also suffering from horrible war weariness, by the way. Check out the war weariness, +8. That's because the statue of Zeus is now in in Isabella's hands, and statue of Zeus makes that war weariness just horrifically bad. Whereas the war weariness shouldn't be quite as bad. Yeah, it's +5 over here. And now, granted, it does vary a little bit by city. So yeah, Isabella is suffering, but not to the same extent as Cyrus is. Statue of Zeus is a pretty dumb wonder. It would definitely be better if it didn't exist in the game. Where was that? Oh, Tundra City, okay. Yeah, Cyrus is just slowly getting rolled up. When he loses Persepolis, he's going to lose a ton of tiles. Like, Persepolis is grabbing tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles away he's controlling with his capital. So when that city falls, you're going to see a huge decrease in score, which is apparently going to happen next turn, thanks to all the paratroopers dropping in. I mean, the city's being defended by an injured trebuchet and 3 injured catapults, and then Wilhelm Schickard, the great engineer. What a time to be born in a city. Seriously, what a time to be born in there. Oh, there's a legendary city? Huh, okay. So Spain has one of 3 legendary cities. Seville, I don't think she's going to get to legendary overall, though. Where's Seville? Here it is. 76 turns. Yeah, I can't see that happening. Not unless she turns off research and goes for... and starts running 100% on the slider. So probably not going to happen. 5 Persepolis. Yeah, Cyrus lost like 400 points as a result of that. Yeah, he's pretty much done. The question is just, does he survive to get in the wildcard game or not? Because he's gonna fall below Roosevelt in score. Because Isabella's only at 45%. She still has quite a ways to go in terms of land area. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to survive this. There's not that many Persian cities left, honestly. So we were all forced into universal suffrage because Isabella apparently wanted it. No, she needed Roosevelt's help, otherwise it wouldn't have been enough. Boy, Roosevelt has more population than Cyrus now. Wow. Talk about how the mighty have fallen. Like all the Spanish battleships and destroyers cruising around, taking out the defenses. Roosevelt killing Lizzie might mean the death of Cyrus. Probably wouldn't have changed things, but probably would not have changed things. We just have a runaway Civ in this game who is just smashing everyone else. So basically, whatever Isabella wants, she gets right now. And apparently, she wanted Cyrus to die. We're still only 46%. It does take a long time for the borders to expand because you got to wait for them all to come out of resistance and then pop the borders. The coastal cities tend to fall really fast though because you can use naval units just to take out the defenses. So like none of these coastal cities have any defenses, so as soon as the tanks show up they just capture the city. The inland ones are a little trickier. The AI sometimes will use bombers to take the defenses out. They're not always the best at doing that though. London just fell. I am pretty surprised that and Cyrus has indeed fallen below Roosevelt. I am pretty shocked that we're looking at an Isabella Roosevelt pairing coming out of this game. That's a little bit surprising. Now, Roosevelt has done nothing in this game except not die. It's literally the only thing he has done is not die. Whereas, like, Cyrus has genuinely played a good game. He just couldn't stand up to Isabella once she got off and rolling. There's only 2, 3, 4, 5 cities left for Persia. Yeah, I don't think Cyrus is going to survive this. Roosevelt has done nothing but not die. I guess there's a point that says he's not dying. There is something to that, just still being alive at the end of the game. So here's, all right, yeah, universal suffrage. So here's something that looks really weird. A city that just has no units defending it. It's because the defenders were all killed by gunships, which can't capture cities. You get that sometimes. Like similarly here, look, like there's just a worker defending this city because it's all gunships. So literally a tank just needs to walk over here and that city will fall. 53% now for domination. Two more cities getting captured. Just Nottingham. All right, 3 more cities getting captured. Nottingham's the only one left right now. 54% land area. So there is a single catapult left in a city surrounded. This is when you know you're not having a good day. And of course, once the city falls, the borders will expand, but I don't think capturing this will be enough to get 8% land area. Roosevelt and Kathy have been in a couple games together. I know they were in the same game last year. Also, that 8,000 score for Isabella is pretty beastly. Alright, so Cyrus does not make it through. Our top 2 seeds both falling in this opening game. That's it. Persia wiped out. Wow, what an upset here in this opening round game. So turn 323. We lose both of our top 2 seeds. All right, turn 323 for Cyrus. I thought Cyrus had a great starting position too. Another kill for Isabella as well. All right, and that will pretty much do it. We just need to wrap up the here we go. No, civilization. We just need to wrap up the wait until the borders pop. What's she at? 60%. Okay. She's really close. 60.88%. Maybe one more turn. So it might happen on this inner turn. At most one more. Oh, 324. I was hoping that would get to 325 because I have turned 335 for the game. That actually just cost me quite a few points that it couldn't get one more turn. But that's that. Yes, we are going to do the draw for the, J-Man as well. One turn away from 325. Yeah, I'm going to do the draw after that. Wow, 320. All right, turn 324. Let me write it down before I forget. All right, so Isabella's the winner. Roosevelt somewhat bizarrely gets second place. And here, I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see it. So game one, domination. I'll have to look at how I formatted this in past years, but domination, turn 324 is the outcome. Let's look at the contest real quick. All right, so winner, Isabella. Wow, like nobody had that. Runner up, all right, nobody had that. Number of wars, 14, right? Victory type. A lot of people had domination, 324. All right, let's sort it and see. I ended up with 6 points. I'm happy to get 6 points from that. All right, our winner is, we have a 5-way tie. Keller, Art Deco, Volcama, Zinc Alloys, Stunt, Polgar, and Suboptimal have tied for the victory in the first game with 13 points. So congrats to all of you. You guys are the winners of the first round game. And then Ben Joyce has the next highest at 12, and then a bunch of people at 11. Myth, Got Red Eyes, Sleeping Roger, Tim B, Light MS, Ori, Gaffer, and then Jarhead, and then a bunch of people at 9. This will all get posted later on, so you guys can all see what the scores are later on when I post the spreadsheet. Let's see what the average score was, just out of curiosity. I'm guessing it's probably around 6 or 7 points. 5.67, pretty low. Not a high scoring game. Difficult game to get points in because it was so unexpected as far as what actually happened. All right, let's look at the replay now. Go back to the game and check the replay. And then after we watch the replay, we'll do the setup for the next game. Yeah, this one just really was surprising. I'm trying to think back to what some of the key turning points in the game were. I think the single biggest turning point in the game was when Isabella took over Chin's land. I think that was really big. Is the date right? It was turn 324, right? Yeah, victory date's right. Turn 324. I think that was the single biggest thing because by absorbing those cities, Isabella was able to get like uncontested land. That, and she was able to take over the north, which was not guaranteed because Kathy could have gotten these Barb cities, but didn't end up happening. Also, Cyrus and Kathy spent a lot of time fighting each other, and I think that ended up hurting both of them a lot. They could have been allies really easily. Like, they could have ended up with the same religion, but they did not. And Cyrus also ultimately killed himself by adopting Taoism. Like, right now, the game is still, it's like a three-way race between these three, but like that three-way equilibrium was broken when Chin got taken out. Like, I think that really, like, because like Chin gets taken out and then Kathy gets stuck in the two-front war, and then like that swung the game, and we ended up with like a two-front situation. So like that sets up a situation where Kathy then begins to fall, and Isabella just got more out of that war than Cyrus. Like, at this point in time, Isabella's just like 1A to Cyrus's 1B, but she gets more. And the other thing that's really bad for Cyrus is Elizabeth is still here, right? Cyrus still has to deal with Elizabeth, whereas Isabella is not really contested by anybody at this point. And then we stick here until Cyrus... Oh, and then Cyrus also idiotically declared war on... really stupidly declared war on Isabella when she was way ahead, and that was just stupid. Now, granted, he was able to turn that into much of England's territory, but there's no way you could have known that ahead of time. And like all these peaceful turns were good for Isabella because she was able to develop and build all her infrastructure, like get all those buildings that you want in the modern era. Yes, Roosevelt gets a kill. And then she returns for one final war. Watch how fast Cyrus dies. Boop, 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 and he's gone. Game over. Yeah, I was surprised Qin did that badly too. I thought that he had a decent chance. One thing I'll mention is I played out this start on the same map here because I wanted to test if the observer civ would work, like the AI observer civ. I wanted to test if that would work out, and I played a start on this map. It was different civs, like it was not these civs, but it was the same map, and the civ that started in this spot actually went on to dominate the game. So I didn't think that the starting position was bad by any means. So like I don't think that start was a terrible starting position, but Qin just totally flopped on his face.